Let's see. Gonna wait for some people to show up so we can have a discussion because I'd really like to know what people think in the varying opinions on whether the fight tonight was a good fight, a bad fight, a historic fight, or just a average fight. And does it have any historical significance? Is the achievement pound for pound worthy? If not, then why? Just a bunch of my own personal questions. Um, and then I'll also discuss my feelings and what I think. I see I have one person watching. How you doing? You're more than welcome to comment because I'm gonna have an open discussion. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have anyone come up on the stream. I just want to chat with you guys and get your varying opinions, and you can write them down in the chat. I would appreciate it. But yeah, I want to discuss tonight's fight, and I will be recording this on my XSplit for later use. So I wonder who I have in here now, or will it even show anyone? No, it doesn't show anyone in here. I must say though, I watched the fight tonight, and I'm gonna say I was thoroughly impressed. I thought it was a good fight. I mean, I've seen better fights this year, but as far as a championship bout, a unifying belt, a unifying match, I thought it was a pretty good match. Budo, how you doing, buddy? Budo, actually, if you want to join me up here, I'll definitely share the link with you because we're just gonna have some conversation. It's not meant to be argumentative or anything like that. It's just a conversation, um, and I just want varying opinions. I don't have too many people in here now. I just started the stream. All right, give me a second. Let me go ahead and get you the link. Here you go, my brother. I'm doing okay. You're more than welcome to come up in. You're not obligated to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to come up. So as I was saying, I thought tonight's fight was a good fight. I personally think it was a historic fight, and I thought that it was a great achievement. Oh, there he is.
What's
Budo, how you doing, brother?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay. You'll find things out about me when I do a stream that I am way different than everyone else. I try to keep myself. I know
Calm.
you
Yeah,
see me very excitable sometimes.
yeah. H
In other
Money's channel
people's,
could do that to you.
I'd say again.
I said H Money's channel and some other channels can do that to you, but it's all in good camaraderie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love H Money, man. And if and also if you're hanging out in here, please make sure to check out Puro's channel. If you want to throw a link up there, Puro, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I don't create anything actually, bro.
Oh, okay,
I
all right,
just
that's
I
fine.
just talk boxing.
So I was talking earlier in H Money's channel about something I wanted to do. This is not part of it. This is just a discussion I wanted to have because I had some stuff that I wanted to talk about and see if anyone else wanted to talk about the same thing. But I was just going to give my opinion of what I saw tonight. I thought tonight was historical. I
Hmm.
thought tonight I thought tonight was groundbreaking. I thought the fight was a tougher fight than I thought it would be because I originally predicted that Plant would lose in five. He'd get knocked out in round five. Of course, we know now that it went up to round 11, and then it did end up with a knockout. I do feel personally that Canelo was in control of the fight for most of the fight. I gave him 2 rounds, but there was a third and possibly fourth round that were very, very close that could have gone either way, in my honest opinion.
That's I don't disagree with that, Jed.
So, what did you think personally? As far let me ask and clarify: are you Hispanic or not?
I am Hispanic.
You are Hispanic. Okay. Now, I am not one of these people that is trying to make this about race or creed or color, but if I find something that is of significance for people to be proud of, I'm going to mention it. And I think this event today is something that in my opinion, the Hispanic community can be proud of. Now, do I feel we should put this above everything else? No, but I do feel it deserves its place. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's usually hopefully how people take it. Unfortunately, I've always thought boxing kind of reflects society at the current moment. And we're especially in the United States, we're going through racial tensions and stuff, and it feels divided, and it is divided. It's just it reflects in boxing and in the right here what they call the white TBC.
Right, right, and I can't disagree with that whatsoever. It's been a worrying point of mine for the past couple of years, especially last year to now. I find it a very emotional and intense subject to talk about, especially when it comes to political views and also racial views. And I have to throw in there social justice views as well. So it has been a very tumultuous year and a half, especially with the pandemic and everything going on, and how it has affected boxing in such a negative way where you can't get people to go to events like this. And now that you can, and we're stadiums and auditoriums and casino venues are now starting to pack up to these fights. I feel it's a good release. I feel it's a positive thing as long as people are careful and are wary of others, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
the state of boxing, I did a live a few weeks ago. I'm going to do another one in about a week. Yeah, in about a week. I call it the state of boxing today. That's
Mhm.
not what this is, but this is just a conversation about what happened last night and why there are so many different varying views and why this fight seems to be so polarizing. Do you find it Have you run across it tonight? How the fight can be polarizing?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I experienced polarization, if you will, firsthand.
Did you would you like to give an example without having to give any names or anything like that? I'm not
No,
trying to.
I just like how you see on H Money's channel, I'm always putting up all kinds of pictures, and certain pictures trigger certain people, and and I'm not the type to yell at how sometimes the yelling starts in H's channel, but that's how it goes. It's just not something I do. So I just I usually try to like they call it like when you're like debating or whatever. It's like they call them bodying. I usually like to body people without them even knowing it.
Right, right. I was I didn't want to mention this in H Money's channel because I didn't feel I don't like doing things without permission. Number one, especially in
Yeah.
other people's channels, and number two, I didn't want to promote any type of malcontent between any two channels. So, but I did find myself going because I think you heard me say this earlier. I found myself going into other channels to just to get varying views, and I noticed, and I'm not going to mention names, but I've noticed that in certain channels the there is there's definitely a negative connotation. I think I said that word right. When it comes to Canelo, I mean, the first thing they bring up is steroids and that he's all roided up and that he pays judges off. And I've also heard other channels say that he's the worst unified champion ever. These are things I heard tonight after the fight. It's like, did you guys watch the same fight I seen tonight? Because what drugs are we talking about now? And I know people are talking about the PEDs and stuff like that, and I'm not too sure about the whole story behind Canelo and the PED situation there, but I do feel that it was resolved. There was an outcome. There was a verdict. There has been a conclusion, and measures were taken, in my opinion, that rectified, or should I say, penalties were given.
Yeah,
Right.
I hear you.
So if penalties were given, in my opinion, if you've been judged, why should we judge again? As long as you did your crime, you did your time, move on. That's how I feel about
Yeah, unfortunately, you're in the minority, in my experience.
it. Really, it's not. Do you feel that people are well within their rights to continue to condemn someone, even though they took their penalty and they made their penance? That they should continue to be uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Called out.
Yeah, called out every time. Is that fair?
I don't think it's fair, but I mean, it's something that is out there, and unfortunately, since a lot of the channels that I go on, H Money's and other channels, most of it is about boxing debate or it's just boxing opinion, and unfortunately, sometimes people give an opinion, and I guess they don't like it, and then they can bring up that situation. Or I've heard about, yeah, this boxer is a woman beater, and this boxer's this boxer's that. It's the weakest way to try to win an argument, in my opinion, but they use it anyways. And some people like me, I'll let them hear it, and either I'll laugh at them or I'll just secretly laugh at them. But some people, do get triggered by like trying to, I guess, explain, like you just explained to me about how how he's been punished and this that, and the third, but they won't let it go. Like they'll be like, oh, you get what I'm saying?
No, no, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
My thing is like, here's our. I think you and I both have similar opinions. You might have slightly, you might have a slight variant, but the fight I seen, I the fight I seen tonight. I'll just go round for round. I saw round one. I saw Caleb Plant coming out. He was aggressive. He was using his jab a lot. He started, he was throwing combinations and avoiding. He was definitely moving around the ring a lot, but he was aggressive. He was definitely the more aggressive of the two fighters. Um, I did see Canelo come in and try to get a few hits to the body, and I seen him come in for a couple of hooks to the head, and he missed a lot. And I gave the first round to Caleb Plant,
Hmm.
and that was a decisive. That was undisputable for me. Round one was Caleb Plant's. Then when round two came around, I saw Canelo coming out with being more aggressive and landing the stronger of the punches between the two. And in my opinion, I saw him landing more punches, but he was also missing a lot. So he was throwing a lot more punches. He was missing a lot of punches, but he was connecting with more than what I saw Caleb Plant connect with Canelo. So that being said, I gave round two to Canelo.
Hmm.
So I just gave you round one and two. What were your impressions of round one and two?
Of what I can recall, because when I watch fights live, I usually I try to score them, but I usually try. I also try not to, because the the depending where you're watching it, sometimes I have watched fights live, by myself, and there's not a lot of distractions, but sometimes, most of the times, like a big event like this, like it's kind of it's really hard to adequate shit, adequately score the rounds, because of all the the activity going around me. Somebody asking me, "Oh, that was, oh my god," you hear the oohs and the ahs. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
Especially in the room that we were in, or
Mhm.
you were in H Money's room when I was there, right? And we were all watching it at the same time.
I was, but I left because I had like a little barbecue or whatever.
I got you.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
already
you.
watched. I already watched your guys' reactions to it, though. It was yeah, because I wanted to hear, because how H Money gets into calling it, and then yeah, and I saw your reaction when you didn't have to shave your beard. That was pretty comical.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
By the way, I
so
did put my beard up as collateral if Canelo lost, because I was that confident that I thought Canelo would win, and I put my beard up as a sacrifice if he lost. And thank goodness I didn't have to sacrifice my beard. Uh,
yeah, that your beard was pretty safe. Uh, I don't know why it took so long. Me personally, because I don't think Caleb, me personally, did enough to like I said, I would have to watch it again. I just thought, like, any shots that Caleb landed, they landed like one at a time, and the ones that did land, excuse me, didn't hurt him at all. Kind of just brushed him off. He was also
right,
parrying a lot of shots, blocking a lot of shots, but in Caleb's favor, he was making Canelo miss some shots. I didn't think he missed like a whole lot in one period, but the Canelo's real economical with the shots anyway. So, like, if he throws five and he misses two, it's already a lot of them.
right.
I just think
Agree.
it's just, that's what I've noticed actually since he came up to 168. I'm noticing that the size and the reach of well, at least off the top of my head, the size and the reach of the fighters that Canelo has fought, especially in this division, uh, kind of prolong the fight longer than if he was taller and with a bit longer reach. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
no,
he
I
has to.
do. I've been hearing that's a point of contention as well, because for some reason, a bunch of channels that I've gone into that have a negative reaction to Canelo have said that of course, if they were the boxer, they would have used the jab. Like, yeah, okay, put yourself in that position. If you
Mm,
could, then you would be there now. So that's I take that with a grain of salt. But I hear their argument, and I have to admit there's some validity to it as far as the latest matches that he has been up against. His opponents have been taller, his opponents have had longer reaches than him, yet it seems as though they say, these other people, yes, I'm using they,
mm,
say that these people do not want to use their height advantage and their reach advantage, and they just let Canelo beat them. Um, I find that I found that comment quite disturbing, to be
mm.
honest. Have you heard these type of things too?
Yeah, that's a common theme of like a criticism that you would give Canelo, especially during this reign at 168, especially starting. It all start that like narrative or that perspective started with the Callum Smith fight, because if you go back and watch that fight, Callum Smith did throw punches, and actually he ended up actually throwing more punches, I think, by a few punches than Canelo did. But if just by the eye test, like quickly, if you just like put it on play and you're just kind of like watching it, like uh like every now and then just kind of glancing at it for like a minute, and then like kind of like, say you were working on a model or something, and you're just kind of watching it in passing, right?
Mm,
I could see where like you can make a case that Callum didn't really throw anything. He was just Canelo was just chasing him around the ring and beating up his arms and stuff like that. But if you watch it closely, like it's just the punches were few and far between, and that's because Canelo has. I mean, I couldn't tell. Canelo's always had the reputation of like power, but that was his
right.
first time, like moving up in weight at 168. And at least to me, I thought it was safe to assume that Canelo is has enough power that these champions, they could feel it. So they're kind of always and then he throws like tons of feints. Canelo does. So like, and then these fighters bite on him, and so that at least in the Callum Smith fight, he did try. It's just they're kind of like few and far between, because he's trying to throw a jab or 1-2, and he brings his hands back really quickly, and then Canelo goes to the body, or he throws a couple of jabs to
The
the butt.
accusations that I was hearing is that these boxers are just going there for the payday, and they're basically laying down. This is how it's been told, that they
Mm,
just basically going down and laying down for the paycheck. And I I have a reluctance. I am reluctant to believe something like that. Although it is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, and
mm,
people do the strangest things for money, but I have a reluctance to believe something like that, because these people are pugilists and they do this for a living. I feel that they would put forth more of an effort than they're being given credit for, especially these people, these athletes that are being accused of laying down before Canelo. That being said, now I heard the same thing being said about Caleb Plant tonight. Um, mere Not even an hour and a half, 2 hours after the fight, they were saying what he wasn't doing. Why was he just standing there? Why didn't he jab more? Why didn't he keep him at a distance? And I'm saying to myself, did you watch the same fight I watched? Because I didn't see um, where Canelo gave them the opportunity to let them keep their distance, because Canelo I saw constantly rushing in and trying to get, because he had, in my opinion, he had Caleb backing up on his back foot most of the night.
I agree.
And
I
the time that Canelo was on his back foot, he did it to draw him into the ropes.
mhm.
And especially in round five, he intentionally stood on the ropes, didn't do nothing, covered up, seeing if Plant would go ahead and take the bait and come in and start with a jab or a combination. Now I know I saw it in Caleb Plant's eyes that he was very hesitant to the point where he did not even take advantage of free shots.
I
Um,
hear you.
and of course, rightfully so, because I feel Canelo is a master counterpuncher.
I agree as well.
And but you all also, in my opinion, you should take the chance because you don't know, you might get that shot in. Why not go for it? But again, a smarter person in boxing might tell me different. I've only got 9 rounds of boxing in my entire life.
I,
So as
I
far
hear
as
you. Like
me,
actual, actual, like in a ring.
yeah, actual inner ring. But it was boxing with friends of mine in a little group. We all it was we I fought 3 friends, 3 rounds apiece. That it was just a clique of us that we were boxing together. We had a ring and everything. We went to a gym to do
Hmm.
this. So
Yeah,
that's
just
the
for
extent
exercise.
of my boxing, me personally boxing. So
Yeah,
you know,
like me, I never fought in the amateurs, but I trained a little bit as as a younger man. You know, 'cause, I wanted to make it a career, but my parents, they never approved. So I just did it as exercise. But I never like fought any like amateur fights or anything like that. Just sparring. Like so, pretty much like you. I did it for like well, 5 years, but literally that was the extent of it, sparring and it, the cardio and
right.
all
Yeah.
you don't hit the heavy bag, the speed bag. You get what I'm saying? Just basic, boxing training. But most of the like why certain fights end up a certain way or strategy stuff like that. I've just learned by watching boxing, and then literally like before the internet, like reading books and watching boxing DVDs and stuff like that to teach you, uh, how to counter the different shots, effective footwork, fighting off the back foot, stuff like that.
Let me welcome Carlos Mendoza. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for stopping by and you came in right away answering the question I put up there. Thank you for very much. Um, I also do believe this undisputed is good for boxing, and I think it's good for the Hispanic community. I think it's good for the boxing community in general. This, in my opinion, is a this is more than just a milestone. This is a first, and I that's how I feel. But continuing on with the conversation, I can't help but feel some sort of way as to why Canelo Alvarez is such a polarizing figure in the boxing community. It's like there's no equal medium. The people either hate him or they love him. People and that's all anyone sees. Like I have seen people that are not fighter fans, that but they are actual fans of the science of boxing, and they
Hmm.
appreciate the game. They'll see a good boxer. Um, they will give this boxer their accolades, but they don't worship this boxer. But then I've seen people to the other extreme where they will either have such a disdain or such a love for a boxer that they go to extremes emotionally, physically, and to the point where they'll get violent about it. I
I
mean, what
understand.
what is that all about?
Well, I got my own theory. I'm new to the the boxing community on YouTube, but there's certain channels that literally they make money, but by causing division between race, between gender sometimes. because they have the women's boxing and men's boxing.
Right.
Um, Ever since I was a kid, before the internet even was ever invented, uh, boxing, even though like the sport of boxing, the actual boxers, it's a very it's solely an individual sport. There's no teammates other than like your coach and stuff like that. So it's like it's like for me at least, like you find something that you can relate to, like not just like where the dude comes from, or but like maybe like Caleb Plant. Maybe a lot of people that were rooting for Caleb Plant, lost a mom, lost a daughter, stuff like that. So it gives them, a reason to root for the dude to win and stuff like that, or to lose with dignity, or whatever. But it's always been a very nationalistic sport. That's how they market it. That's what I'm saying. The only way they market it, and this is all my opinion. Like that's why I like a lot of people are into it, and so am I. And I'll explain why after I say are interested in the Andy Ruiz Wilder matchup. One, it's a good matchup. It'll be a good measuring stick to see where they are in their careers on their comeback. But it's also American versus well, they're both Americans, but it'll be the nationalistic. So like even on ESPN, they label Anthony Andy Ruiz as Mexican, even though he was born in the Imperial Valley in California.
Right.
But it's for marketing. It's to sell the fight, and since the United States and Mexico are like the top countries that in terms of world champions, on top of the list. You get what I'm saying? So like that's a
Right.
big
Right.
rivalry, and then U.S. Mexico is a big rivalry in soccer as well. In other sports, but it's a rivalry. You get what I'm saying? In
Yeah, the
sporting wise,
natural rivalry there, and yeah, I
exactly.
totally get that. But as far as boxing being nationalistic, I totally understand that, especially when you have the Olympics around. Yeah, I can see that, and I understand that. I can even see it going as far as when you have an American boxer and they're fighting, a boxer from Europe. They get all USA, USA.
Hmm.
When I was younger, I found myself doing that, and I didn't see nothing wrong with it. In fact, I see nothing wrong with it now.
Yeah,
But now,
and actually, go ahead, Jed. I'm sorry.
but now that I'm older, I'm more into the individual achievements. No matter where they hail from, I am a fan of the science of boxing. I'm a fan of how a person trains and what they do to be able to defeat another person in the ring. This is to me the ultimate in one on one. Uh, it's just
Combat.
you. It's just those two people in that ring, and they're slugging it
Combat.
out to find out who is the better of the two.
Hmm.
And there's a beauty to that.
No,
You
no,
know that,
there is. I agree.
and there is no there's nothing better in the world than to be able to uh, hold your hand up high and say, I am the best, or this person is the best, for this particular time or at this particular weight. And I appreciate that. And I find myself now not caring what country they come from. I never cared what race they were. I didn't care what religion or that. None of that mattered to me back then, and it doesn't matter to me now. I appreciate it for the achievement. And
No,
I find that that's not the way it is, and I find that so foreign. I find that so disturbing at times.
no, and I get what you're trying to say. And then actually, I should have included this in what I was saying before. Me as a first generation Mexican, like in Mexico, like I lived there for a few years, but I mean, so I know a little bit how it goes around. But just as like my parents or anybody else is born in Mexico, they're taught like they're taught, one, they're taught, and then two, they are very very proud to be from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how my mom was, and how she taught me to be about the United States and Mexico. That's the way she raised. Like I remember, having she would didn't make me, but she would give me books to learn about the history of Mexico, and then obviously, oh shit, and obviously I would learn what they teach you in school about the history of the United States. So I've always been like a patriot, of this country, obviously. But I mean, for me personally, the way my mom is, especially the way my mom was like an ardent patriot of Mexico. I don't know, I just and then how my dad is, he's a big sports dude. You know, he loves soccer and he loved boxing. He used to be a boxer. So
Right.
like literally like every team that he rooted for, I rooted for. And then once you start, I guess, getting to know other uh, like people of your own nationality, especially men, you start to notice that like a lot of like Mexican American families and a lot of Mexican families, they root, even though it doesn't have to be their specific like favorite fighter or like a fan of the fighter. Like if the fighter's from Mexico and they're good, they're usually rooting for that fighter. Doesn't matter what the other fighter is. You get what I'm saying? Like I've gotten even before the YouTube stuff started. I've gotten the hate for like, oh, why don't you back in the American and this, that, and the other, and I've gotten certain comments on YouTube as well. You get what I'm saying? And then so that's part of it, and that's for Mexicans. You get what I'm saying? So like I can only speak for me because I'm Mexican and the way I was raised. I'm sure not every Mexican is raised that way. But then you got to realize that we're living in the United States, and it's especially right here in California, it's like a mix of every single nationality that you can think of. You got Asians, you got
Yeah. Well, no,
Hispanics, Mexicans, Salvadorians. You
I
get what I'm saying?
I know
So I
that I
don't know if
told
they
you.
feel the same way. You get what I'm saying?
Oh
So
yeah,
I mean,
there's other factions that feel exact same way. I've made it more than abundantly clear. I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. I
mhm.
am proud to be Puerto Rican and Dominican. I'm proud of both countries. And whenever I see a fighter come out of either country, you know, I'll give them extra special attention.
Mhm.
But not to the point where I feel like it would be, what's the word I'm looking for, where it would be fanatical.
I
You
got you,
understand?
or like bias.
Yeah, I try my best not to be biased. When I watch a fight, um, like when I saw the Belunga fight, right? Yes, I was trying to cheer on Belunga, but because I try to keep my personal opinions out of everything. When I judged the fight, when I was judging the fight for myself, and I had my scorecard going, I had Belunga losing that fight. You know,
Yeah,
and,
it
and
was
when
a close fight.
and when he won that fight, I was disgusted. I felt like this poor guy he had the fight stolen from him, and that bothered me. I found myself quite disturbed by it because I felt that Belunga was unjustly given, the win. And
I feel
just
you.
because he's Puerto Rican, I don't let that slide because it's against all my laurels.
Yeah,
You
and I
know?
get you, and I think it's against most people's laurels. It's just I don't know. Like literally, I've thought about it a lot, but I just sometimes I don't know why some, like even before the internet even existed, why some can't, like they feel like compelled they have to defend a certain fighter, because maybe they could be fanatical, or maybe they could be Mexican, black, Chinese, whatever. You know, I don't know. I have no idea, but it's interesting to see. You know, but
Yeah. My big thing with this whole situation, right, is I'm a person that believes in unity. I don't want everyone. If everyone agreed on everything, it would be a very boring place. You
uh,
know, um, variety for me is the spice of life. It's a truism. It's just as true today as it was back during the revolution. Variety is indeed the spice of life, and that's how the United States is a melting pot, and it's a world example of being able to unite so many different cultures together.
Hmm.
That being said, you would think that this country in particular would be able to be more tolerant and more forgiving, but I find it that this country, the United States, is the most judgmental. This is my opinion only.
Hmm.
The most judgmental and harsh uh, retractors is the wrong word, and I hate when I do that. But this country is the most judgmental and the most harsh on its athletes,
I,
and I
I
don't
I hear you.
understand that.
Yeah, it's I can't understand it either. I mean there could be tons of theories that I could give. Some could be plausible, some couldn't. Um, we are the kind of the center of planet Earth, not planet Earth, but of all the major developed countries.
Right,
Especially when it comes to sports. Except for I would say, except for like the sports that really aren't as popular here, like say cricket or rugby or what's another good example. I don't know, but I'll just give those two examples.
yeah,
Cricket or
or football slash soccer, you know.
yeah, yeah. Even though it's very popular here, but it's very its popularity is young. You get what I'm saying? You know,
Yes,
so,
it's in
I mean,
its
I'm sure it's been
infancy
here
here.
forever, but it's in it exactly, but it's growing, exponentially. But anywho, but just right here is where all the major sports, other than soccer, leagues exist. You get what I'm saying? So
Right,
like, and then you have all colors, creeds, nationalities, and not even they even have imports. You get what I'm saying?
right,
From other so you have different cultures, different ways of thinking, and some people like come here, they live here, and they create families here, and then a son becomes an athlete. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know, it's just I never understood, yeah, like you said, why our country is kind of, we all have that holier than thou attitude. you
exactly,
know Me
exactly.
personally, I've been guilty of it in the past. I try my best,
Oh,
not to
I've
judge
been
people
I've
by
been
their
guilty
looks.
of that when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah.
I guess with age comes wisdom, and I wish I was a lot more wise when I was younger. But continuing down the line with Mr. Alvarez here, I feel like the divisiveness is so it's so um it's like it's like walking through shards of glass barefooted. You have
Hmm.
to be very careful where you step. This is what
Yeah,
I
I get what you're
do.
saying. I get what you're saying.
And wherever you step, you have to be extremely careful what you say, how you say it, or somebody is going to get extremely hurt or extremely put out uh, for whatever reason. And I don't understand why one individual would bring on so many emotions. Now, I thought we were done with this with the Fury Wilder thing, but that was something that was made up literally on the internet. It was made up, and it didn't help any that Wilder fed into it just to promote the fight even more. But this situation is completely different. This is here we have a person that legitimately want to fight, and they taint it. Or let me rephrase that. They they are of an opinion that it's not a pure win. You
Yeah,
know
and
it,
go ahead, go ahead. Jay.
and that taints the whole. ambiance of being of enjoying this fight and enjoying this sport, because no matter what happens, they're going to nitpick and not give a man his just due, not give the sport its respect, and and then continue down that line where I feel it's going to hurt the sport later on down.
Yeah, I hear you. And to me, it's already hurting the sport. It's just, yeah, I really don't know the reasons. I know I've thought about this before. And Canelo's just in Canelo's situation. You could call it the Mayweather effect if you want. Um, Mayweather was actually he's not very liked, but that wasn't always the case. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was actually pretty well liked. But for whatever reasons that there's some reasons out there that could be true, could not be true. He just when he left Top Rank, and he decided to promote himself. He needed to find an angle to able to sell himself to the people, so he can literally generate enough money to cover everything that entails promoting oneself.
Right.
And he decided to go with what I call the Vince McMahon heel method, where that everybody pays to see the villain lose, and literally he changed his persona from Pretty Boy Floyd, which is kind of just a little uh, like a brash like showboat type fighter,
Hmm.
to kind of off-putting, cocky boxer,
Money
Money
Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Yeah,
And
Eh,
he sold it, and he sold it well.
he did.
He's the
He
first
did.
boxer to make $1 billion. But
I was never a fan of Mayweather, but not because I didn't appreciate what he did in the ring. I wasn't a fan of Mayweather because I didn't like his boxing style. I was
mm,
not a fan of his technique because it's more of a negative technique. You know what I'm talking about, right?
yes,
Yeah. So and it's more of a defensive style of fighting, and I like them to mix it up more in the ring, and he's more of a hit and run type of boxer, and
mm,
that's not my thing. But as far as his achievements, though, I have to give the man total respect and all the accolades that he deserves. I noticed that that's not the case now. If you don't like somebody, then they don't deserve any accolades, no matter what they did. I mean, how who like I what I want to do is I'd like to ask some of these people that really dislike Canelo, what does he have to do to gain your respect and get the accolades he deserves? I really would like to hear some of those answers.
well, he's an interesting uh, anomaly in the sport. Um, as long as I've been alive, as long as what my dad used to tell me, the Mexican fighters in Mexico, especially the ones that are come straight from Mexico, they're like beloved. They're looked to as like not role models, because a lot of them, nobody's perfect. They're humans, but they're looked as like representatives, like
They're like a national treasure.
exactly,
Yes,
especially if they're well liked. Um, so Chavez right now is the consensus, best boxer in Mexico.
he's actually one of my favorite boxers of all time.
Yeah, yeah, and it's because he's earned it,
Yeah,
but also Mexicans, per my what I talk to my cousins and the way I see Mexican Americans here, where I live at, where we need to relate to our boxers. You get what I'm saying?
right.
And most Mexican Americans, or even Mexicans in Mexico, because it's a third world country, they don't have a lot of, they don't come from means. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they come from humble beginnings. So they like to embrace a boxer. They came from those same humble beginnings, and don't kind of lose that. Um, don't become like, for lack of a better word, Hollywood, or a diva. That's what they use. You get
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? Just kind of
Yes,
like
yes.
everyday. What do
Some
they
sort
call
of
it?
prima donna.
Yeah, no, they like prima donna, but not, but like they respect like the worker, like the guy that just gets up every day and doesn't matter if he works 18-hour
Oh,
days,
oh,
they're
you're
gonna
talking
work.
about the average person, the average, like the term here would be the blue collar guy, the
Yeah,
average.
exactly. That's what it is. So they associate they tend to gravitate towards that, yeah, that blue collar working man boxer. And and then a lot of the common misconception in the United States and in Mexico is the term Mexican style, where a lot of people, most people, I would say, I would call them casuals, boxing casuals. You know, they don't watch, they're not like us where we're sitting on a YouTube chat discussing why things. You get what I'm saying? They just buy
Yeah,
the enjoy it.
they're not analyzing
Exactly.
everything like the way we are doing exactly right now.
Yeah, exactly. So that type of person, in my opinion, likes a style that's come forward, throws a lot of punches, a lot of blood, knockouts, knockdowns, and stuff like that. And it's off, and then a more technical style, a more hit not get hit style
Right.
is generally looked not looked down upon, just kind of looked as non-entertaining in Mexico and to most Mexican American fans, in my opinion. At least the ones I've met.
Let me welcome OG Boogie. OG in the house. How you doing, my friend? I haven't talked to you
Gold
in a
dust.
minute.
Hello, my friend.
We are not. Hold on. Let me make sure you understand. This is not elbows of the '80s time. This is boxing time.
But I heard flamboyant,
Oh,
so
good lord.
I had to present myself.
Um,
What's up, bro?
this is OG Boogie, one of
Hey,
my
what's up,
very
man?
good friends on
What's
here. I
up,
don't know
bro?
if you met him yet.
Same old brother.
Yeah, I saw the fight. Y'all talking about the Canelo, Caleb laid an eggplant.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
What's up, ignorant boxing? How you doing, brother? Yeah, no, we're talking about the fight, but we're talking about the ramifications of all the polarization around Canelo, and it I am personally uh put back some by the divisiveness and all the emotions that come with that divisiveness because Canelo is either not good enough or he's too good, or people say that his fans are act like he's a god, which I don't see that, but I can understand that.
Look, I put it in simple fashion. Okay, I'm a simple man. He is not no Julio Cesar Chavez. Period.
Facts.
Okay. He cannot be ever a Julio Cesar Chavez. You know my age.
Yeah.
You know you know how old I am. I've seen the greats in the presence, and this is one thing that box, or should I say fight fans and casuals or whatever they want to separate themselves as a boxing fan. Um there could never be another Julio Cesar Chavez that represents the Mexican race, or they could never be other fighter like uh Agapito Sanchez, uh, Ricardo Lopez. They got,
Johnny Tapia.
you know what I'm saying? They can never be like that because they are only one in a million.
Right.
And Canelo is Canelo. You know,
He
whether
has
you hate him, you love him, whatever, it doesn't matter. But
my problem, OG, my problem is this. All right. I wouldn't compare a Canelo to a Chavez.
hell no.
I
There's
wouldn't compare a Canelo to an Ali. But Canelo's achievements on its own deserves its own place in history and its own place as far as accolades go.
I
What?
can say this. Can I pee for just 1 second? Um, I can say this. Canelo's achievements is for this modern era. That's all I can say.
Yes, I have to be in agreement with that. But do you agree? Not agree. Agree is the wrong word. But do you feel that all the animosity that's there? I see a lot of people that what I saw tonight, I thought was a great achievement. What I saw tonight, I saw a decent fight. I was impressed with Caleb Plant being able to stave off the ass whooping that, that he was going to eventually receive, and staved it off for a good amount of time. But in the end, I was sure, especially by round six, I was sure, actually by round five, I was sure he was going to lose, just not in the round that I predicted. I never even thought it would get to round 11, but I feel obligated to show this man the respect that he's due. He's the first at 168 to unify the belts. Granted, the opponent he had wasn't as experienced as he was,
He was a B
but
minus.
but I can't put that on him.
Nope.
He made the agenda, and he made it clear that he was going to go after the belt because he wanted to unify it. What he does with it now is important. And now what he does with it after May, because I know he's going to take a break until May. What he does with it after that is what's going to dictate what direction his legacy is going to go.
I'm gonna say it like this. He's gonna fight 2 more times. He's gonna retire.
He
Think
said he was
so?
going to stay on for another 5 years.
Nah, he ain't gonna make no 5 year. Hell, fucking no.
Why do you say that, brother?
The reason why I say that, first of all, if he does stay for 5 years, then he's gonna go after the weakness again. Okay, you
Oh,
know.
okay. Oh, explain that one, please. OG, please explain that one because I've heard
Okay,
that before.
okay, okay. Basically, I don't know if it's true, but it seems like it's coming to the conclusions that he has certain clause in his contracts. Whether is if someone can get their hands on it and prove me wrong, uh, that is to be determined. But from what I understood and understanding that they do have some Canelo clauses in them. He learned
Mm.
from the best. Okay. In and what I mean by the best is the best showman and the best person to finagle the business.
Which is
Floyd, the bank robber, Mayweather.
all right. Hold that thought. I need Puro. I need your input on this. What do you have to say to this?
I would have to say what clauses like the catchways that they talk about, like
Not only
rehydration.
not only the catch weight, not only the rehydration clause, not only not giving the opponent, because that's a typical Floyd Mayweather move. Not giving the opponent, he has the rights to call once he announces it. Then they only got like 4, 5, 6 weeks, not a full training camp.
Boxy
Hmm.
Jedi, welcome,
I've heard
welcome
of
to the
that one
room, my
before, but I
brother.
never like looked into it. And quite frankly, like yeah, I think I would have to look into it because I've never heard that until recently.
I find it interesting. I do because I this is not the first time I've heard of this, and but I don't mention anything on it because I don't know enough about it.
Hmm.
Um, because you know how I am, OG. I like to like know as
Be
much as
thorough.
I like to know as much as possible before I make a judgment.
Right.
But I find that it's easier for other people to go ahead and go down that road of they'll hear this, and if it seems that way, they're just some people
No,
have the attitude.
I go about my judgment in how I see the fighter, and I look at everything. I I listen to people. Of course, we're gonna make our own better judgment of things when you as much knowledge as people um experienced people that have been in the game that looked at and saw how everything transpired in the boxing, the corruption and everything else, and the underhanded handshake or the take a dive thing, or hey man, I got you. All right, brother. Or should I say like the good old boy network? I'm just saying,
I got you.
y'all know,
I hear
y'all
you.
all get my gist. There's always the appearance is not what you think.
Do you think we could just be convincing ourselves that something exists when it really doesn't?
Fair
Well,
question.
like in what aspect are you talking about?
Like the common term you hear nowadays, not just in boxing, but in anything, politics, whatever, is a narrative. Like they'll literally think of an excuse to discredit anything and make it plausible enough that it could it could happen, but it really
Well,
doesn't happen. But if enough people talk about it, it kind of becomes true. You get what I'm saying?
yes, there's people that can placate to that and stuff like that. Yeah, of course. You cannot be naive to the fact of that other people could play on emotions but when a person, and I'm going to use myself as the example, whenever I see something and I repeatedly see something and it continue on, then I see that pattern, and then I make my own discretion on my own opinion, and if I see it, I'm going to call it.
I
You
feel
know,
you.
other people I don't know. Maybe they may have other contingencies or stuff that they're trying to persuade people, or I don't know what's in the other person's mental state. I know mine. You know what I mean? When I'm going to call it, like my father always told me, a man is a man only because of his word, because you can't there's nothing else that a man can do. But if a real man speaks, he's giving you his word, and that's it.
I hear you. My dad said the same.
That's
Because that's all we got in this world, our
that's how I've
word.
been brought up, and
In
that's
our
that's all I
balls.
know.
That's right.
A man's word is his bond.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I think that's sorely lacking in these days.
Oh God, it's so lacking. It is so lacking these days. Um,
Jedi's on.
Jedi was he made the comment in there. I said what's up to him, but I gave him the link, but I don't know if he's gonna come on or not.
Mira, cucho frito.
And also about the first, the best Mexican thing. Like, I don't think it's fair to any boxer, Canelo, Marquez. Marquez is not active anymore. To put him, to crown him as best boxer when he's still actively boxing. I don't know. It's kind
Come
of
on, man.
counterproductive,
They
in my
they
opinion.
can't. okay, he could put the statement out. Yeah, I am the best boxer, Mexican boxer of this era. Yes, he could say that this era, but he cannot say, or because he'd be placating into a lie of saying he's the best Mexican fighter ever. He cannot say that because no, there was one man that was a 51, and I guess he had a draw at the last, but they don't consider him. They don't consider that, in present boxing critiques, like even Floyd Mayweather said, well, he was 51-1. He had one draw. He wasn't undisputed. Yes, he was undisputed. And he broke Rocky Marciano's record. And that was who? El Gallo. Mexican. Bad motherfucker.
Which one are you talking about?
Lopez.
You're talking about Finito.
Yeah, Finito. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ricardo Lopez.
See, but I think it is accurate to say. But then you got people that don't even want to give him that now, as far as he's the best Mexican boxer of this era.
Yeah, I say that.
I'm not.
He just took it from Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, I feel you. Because that was a big one.
Exactly.
First heavyweight champion. Yeah, that's a big one.
That is right.
Because like literally, Andy is Mexican American like I am, and Mexico claims him as like he's like Mexican, born over there, and the Mexicans normally don't do that.
Because the Mexican Americans, they are looked at as outcasts when they go to Mexico. It's just like a Puerto Rican goes to fucking Puerto Rico and he's an American Puerto Rican, but he go to Puerto Rico, they're gonna outcast you. You know what I'm saying? You're an infiltrator.
Thank you for letting me know what I'm gonna go through whenever I go there.
Yeah, I lived in Mexico for I don't know, like 4 years, 5 years when I was younger. And I got into a lot of fights because of that, especially since I'm first generation Mexican and kind of like how I was raised. It's like I don't see the difference, between another Mexican American.
Understand. See, like people don't understand. They like the Mexicans that's born and raised in Mexico. It's just like my wife came from the Philippine side, okay, and they tell me these stories like, oh, America is this, but it's the land of gold. I mean, her family members actually said this shit to me. Y'all got yellow brick roads and it's made of gold and shit. I'm like, no, man, we got suffering here too. You know what I'm saying? We work, we gotta bust our ass, we gotta get to where we supposed to be at. It's nothing fucking handed to us. You know what I'm saying? And that's the misconception that native, like if a native Mexican will say to an American Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all got so much privileges, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, stop it.
Yeah. They won't consider you a real Mexican anyways, and that's where I used to get into fights. They were like, "No, you're from Gringolandia and shit."
Yeah,
they say it in an insulting way. Next thing you know, you're fucking catching a fade in the middle of the street.
I gotta ask you a question, OG. You said you saw the fight last night, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your opinion is greatly valued. You know that I appreciate your opinion. So, what did you think of the fight? Did you have Plant ahead by round 10, or did you have Canelo ahead by round 10?
I did not score the fight. Plus, it was. I have to relook at the fight to actually give you my honest opinion of it and do a proper scoring of from round 1 to round 11 for you.
Mhm.
I did believe that Canelo was gonna. I, I I opinionated that to a lot of channels that Canelo is gonna win,
Mhm.
but it's up to Plant, which I think me and Thunderdome broke it down properly what he needed to do, and everybody was giving their opinion and stuff, but it was like, I mean, we really broke it the hell down what Plant needed to do. He needed to fight like Kovalev, but not the Kovalev that took the dive, but the Kovalev, if you saw that fight, he could have been tagging Canelo up badly. If it was the Kovalev that fought Andre Ward the second time, minus the low blows and shit, you
Mhm.
know, or Anthony Yardy, because that was his last fight before he fought Canelo at what he had how many weeks to get prepared for the Canelo fight. Whether he was drained or not, I don't fucking know. I don't care. He got his ass whooped. He got knocked the fuck out, but I felt that he took a dive, and he Plant should have had that same style as an amateur style, because he used to do it in the amateurs, but as he progressed as a professional, he didn't use his length. He had it a little bit in the Eugeni Ugas. I mean, what's his name? Who's got the
Figueres?
keys?
Oh, so
Who's got the
Skategi. I
keys?
got you. Yeah.
Yeah, he did it in the Who's got the keys. He kept him in range, or should I say, long distance range. He stood up. He didn't bend down as much. He shouldn't be doing that stupid ass Philly shell shit, because he's fucking horrible in it. And every time I saw him bending down, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You emulating basically the same shit that BJ Ho Saunders was doing, bending the fuck down. You don't fucking bend down on a shorter guy. Come on, I used to box, man. I will
Yeah, no,
never bend down on a shorter guy. The shorter guy has the advantage that way. You keep that motherfucker in range. You keep him in distance, and then you wear him out from distance. If you got a gas problem, you keep him from range. You keep on hitting him from range. Don't. And I saw the improvement on Canelo movement, because on the last fight that he had, uh, who was it? The last fight Canelo did, that his his footwork was shitty, man. I mean, it was bukkake.
Canelo's last
let me
fight
think of that.
was Billy Joe.
No, he means when he wasn't displaying good footwork. Not
Yeah,
not
the
not
footwork.
necessarily
Like
his last fight.
now, he surprised me on this fight. I saw he wasn't stumbling over his feet. He wasn't leading with the back foot. He was actually moving properly. I guess that Reynoso said, "Yo, Papi, you gotta fucking work this out, baby."
Yeah.
That
No,
whole deal.
I've heard that. I was telling Puto earlier that there is a general consensus that the taller fighters seem to uh, uh, for some reason seem to not be using their distance and their length and their advantage in arm length and their advantage in height um, intentionally against Alvarez, um, which for me comes to the conclusion that there's some sort of conspiracy there, that people are just taking dives. I, for one, refuse to believe that all these people are taking dives. All these taller fighters are taking dives. Um, I feel maybe there is some level of intimidation, maybe hesitation.
Well, some of these guys don't got the power to fucking back him off. I think if he fights Benavidez, Benavidez that takes it fucking serious,
Hmm.
Canelo's going to get fucked up.
I can see that happening too. I can also see him beating him because of the difference in experience. But David is definitely he's the real deal, Holyfield. Me
Yeah.
personally, me personally, I think he needs to see David to. If I was Canelo to truly feel I'm undisputed, I need to beat David Benavidez because he didn't lose his belt.
Yes.
Right? You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And that's just
Yeah.
as a personal pride thing.
He has to. He has to take. He has to prove to himself, not only
Exactly.
to himself, to the naysayers that
Yeah, good
naysay
point.
his career. If he really wants that challenge, he will do that and not put no stipulations or anything to Benavidez because, like, when he did the fucking Danny Jacobs, and Jacobs said, "Fuck you, I'm coming in to wait, and I want to come in and
Yeah.
charge me, like how fucking punk ass Mayweather did to uh try to do to Marquez that."
He did it too, which is
Yeah, yeah,
funny.
yeah. Of course he did, man.
It's
Mayweather is a
ironic.
Mayweather. Look, like I said, bro, that's why a lot of people have that doubt and hatred towards Canelo because he's using that blueprint and he's considering himself, even though he's some of these fights you could say are diva shit. You know what I mean? He uses the A side advantage. He uses all of you know, and still, it's so fucked up because Oscar De La Hoya used to drum up the points and shit like that, and
Mm.
for him, like some of these fucking judges, because Canelo is the face of boxing, they already fucking signed his fucking 117 and 111 and signed off on it.
I get what you're saying. No, I definitely get what you're saying.
because if you look at the Mayweather fight, when Mayweather was beating him outmaneuvering him because he dehydrated the fuck out of Canelo. Okay? And
Hmm.
it was a young Canelo. He looked like a zombie in that motherfucking weigh-in, dude. He was about to pass out and shit. If somebody blew wind his way and shit.
Well,
Um,
okay, so um,
Go ahead, Jay.
do you think that if he does this Benavides fight, that'll quell? Do you think that'll quell the naysayers, or do you think they'll come up with another excuse not to give him the respect I feel he deserves?
Nah,
Me
if you
personally,
if you
go ahead.
if, I'll let him take it. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to just really quickly because it's a real quick statement. Me personally, I think I've started to learn from following Floyd and following Canelo, because they both have the true things about or where we all perceive is true about the clauses stipulations. I think they're never going to please the naysayers. I think at this point of the YTBC or this point in time, the if you have the naysayers that are your naysayers are always going to be your naysayers. He could literally go up and knock out AJ and Fury and Wilder without no stipulations, like we're saying, with just clean, just mano a mano, everything clean, and they would still find something to say, you know, they'd make. I don't say they make up something. They would still criticize. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think
no,
at this point, if I was Canelo, just me, if I was Canelo, just the way how you say that, a lot of people are like, oh, because of this, because of the other. I would just try to block everything out, try to do everything, as legit as I can, and then just let the chips fall where they may.
see,
Yeah,
if it was me, I would be saying, "Vete pa carajo, maricón, con eso," because I'm not gonna have it. I'm not. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't give a fuck, and I don't really think that Canelo gives a fuck what the naysayers say. But
That's
me as a
okay.
boxing fan, when I go into these rooms, that I learn a lot in. I find myself learning a lot because as much as old as I am and as much boxing as I've seen in my life, I have to call myself a casual because I have been gone for a long time and I've only been back into boxing for the past year and a half, and that's it. but I have tried to absorb as much as possible in that year and a half. I think I've done pretty good. I'm quite versed in a lot of the names now. There's still a lot of names I don't know but I because I have this love for the game and not the players, I feel there is so much uh, injustice going on where fighters aren't getting the proper respect. And I'm not just talking about Canelo. It's not just about Canelo. I'm talking about like a lot of boxers that are actually working. Then you have those boxers out there that aren't doing anything but looking for a payday. I have no respect for Andrade. I have no respect for anyone that doesn't fight more than twice a year. I feel there's no reason for it.
And
If
yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, if someone like Canelo and a few other ones, I think Benavidez too, if you could find if there's people like that are going out of their way, even in the middle of a pandemic, to fight 4 and 5 times a year, what's these other athletes' excuses?
Well, I look at it like this. Like I said, it goes back to the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. Even Floyd Mayweather said, I'm a coward, but I'm a rich coward. Okay. So it
Uh,
doesn't matter to Floyd in his terminology that he didn't care about the naysayers. Now, Canelo really do feel a nationalistic pride of being a representative of Mexico, right?
facts.
That's a
Okay.
fact.
So, in that case, and you know Mexican pride,
I'm in New
you
Mexico. Trust me, I get a whole bunch of it here.
you if you a fighter, you gotta show cojones
Facts.
y ganas. Okay. So you have to show your people because we are a war bred people. Okay. All through our history, war.
Mm.
Okay. So how do you show the naysayers put yourself in a fucking war? He did with Triple G, but they didn't give him the respect because they say he was an older Triple G. But if you really look at it, he did lose that first fight. But again, there goes he's gonna be they grooming him for the face of boxing. So we can't be naive to not say, okay, uh, there is no corruption, there is no underhanded deals, silent deals, backdoor deals, under table deals. You know, we have to
In your
even
face deals.
even as a casual fan, what you bring to the table in the presence of yourself, that's what you're trying to give to the public that follows you, that pays you the money. Um, you have to show that one battle. Was this it? No. Yeah, was it that he gained uh, the first Mexican title list that unified four divisions in this era and ever? Yes, he did that. Is it a legacy fight? He calls it a legacy because he went through the weaker oppositions, and then which I say they wasn't weaker because I can't say that. Let me rephrase that.
I would say.
He had to go through the division that it was earned of him to be able to accomplish that part of the legacy. Now, if he really wanted to, okay. Now, the who are the only ones in 160 to 175 that he could fight that will show, let's say a 168. Okay, you got Doodoo asking for a fight. Did he earn it? Is he a champion? Yes, he was. He moved from 160 to 168. Okay, you got David Benavidez, that was the champion, the WBC champion, that was stripped from his belt. Okay, he got him. He got Bivol or fucking old Beterbiev. Beterbiev is almost turning 40. But if he wants to prove, yo, I could bang it out, I can show you that I can handle this big motherfucker and show you, okay, try it. He's an older man, but he's in shape. He might give you the business, but that's like a 50-50 fight that, oh shit. And Canelo might pull it out because he's the younger opponent. So pick your poison. You know, you could give
in that lineup. I still had I had Benavides, Charlo. I even had Triple G because I wouldn't mind seeing him go up against Triple G a third time. But then I got a lot of people telling me, "Oh, Triple G is too old now," and blah blah blah.
man.
And I don't think out of all the competition that's out there, the one that knows Canelo the best, that's fought him, and knows the intricacies about fighting this guy, is Triple G. I feel that Triple G has all the tools and the knowledge that is the most capable, in my opinion.
Put it this way,
of giving him that fight.
Eddie Reynoso said it himself. Mira, chingate, no lo pueden noquear. Déjalo, hombre, boxealo.
Yeah, somebody was saying that earlier today too.
You know, and Canelo ain't gonna give Triple G because he's the face of boxing. I don't think.
No. Canelo said he would fight Triple G again. He said.
Oh, now he would. Okay, but he got to move up.
He said like a year ago that he's like. Actually, the first time I ever heard him say it, I think I heard him say it like in an interview for this fight.
I think it was like 8 months ago, maybe 8 or 9 months ago. He said it.
Yeah, he was on a ESPN radio station, but at the ESPN Deportes, and a journalist by the name of Faitelson. He doesn't like Faitelson. Well, at least he criticizes Canelo a lot, and he had him on the show. And he's like, "When are we gonna get the third Triple G fight?" And like Canelo literally got pissed off. He's like, "Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fight Triple G, so you guys fucking stop fucking jodiéndome or stop, fucking hassling me for this shit."
Okay, but let's make this consensus here, or let's just get everybody.
What's up, Kush? How you doing?
I want to get everybody round table on the Triple G first and second fight. I would like to know what if you saw the fight, did Canelo lose the first one? And did he win the second one? You know, I just want to ask. I want to ask your opinion.
My opinion is this. If you don't mind me going first.
No, go. Of course not, Jeff.
It's your show, bro.
No, right? That's what I was gonna
say. My opinion is this. I feel that first fight was close as fuck. I do feel it was close as fuck. I feel it could have gone either way. I wouldn't have been mad if it went either way. I didn't think it would go draw. But it was that close in my opinion. I do think that the second fight, from what I seen, and I did watch the fight 3 times. All right. And I try to be as fair as possible.
Did you score it?
I was scoring the second fight for sure, and I felt that Canelo edged it out. But I am gonna say edged. When I mean edged, I mean fucking edged, like razor thin.
So you're saying a 7-5 fight?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay.
But that first fight, it could have gone either way, man.
And pride juice. Give me that juice.
And there's that. And there's okay, and then there's that. I had talked with Puro about this earlier. All right, the juice issue. All right, if a man did his crime, did his time, why do we keep holding it over his head?
Who against Aaron Pryor?
No, I'm talking
No,
about. I'm
the
talking about
Canelo's failed drug test.
Because he failed it.
yeah, but he
But
did.
he's asking why do we like literally he served us whatever he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
went
I
through it.
understand what you're saying. That
Yeah,
he served his time. He should,
he's
but it,
tested every day and shit like that, but they still hold it over him.
yeah. Well, he did the crime. He did the time. Other people will hold it over him, because that's their narrative, that they want to give a presumption of their narrative of, oh, you see, he drug cheat before and this and that.
Mm.
Okay. There's a lot of fucking fighters that drug cheats and shit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? They
Roy
never get caught.
Jones, Evander,
Exactly.
Tony, Shane Mosley,
Even Tyson.
Tyson. Shit, Muhammad Ali used diuretics. Technically, they're not, PEDs, but
Yeah, but it
this
still
day
has.
and age, they'll hold you account for everything.
So yeah, exactly. That's you said it right. You hit the nail right on the head. This is the culture of this era that
Yes.
holds it against you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I get
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, that's like me. I'm
Even
done.
though like the man that you got right now on your picture, Aaron Pryor.
Hmm.
Technically, it wasn't Aaron, but he did. It's just like a Willie, a Louis Resto and shit. Technically, Louis Resto didn't pull it out. It was fucking Panama Lewis, which Panama Lewis did it to Aaron Pryor. Oh no, give me the bottle, the other bottle. No, the one that I mixed.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
see,
I'm
that one,
saying?
that
But
one wasn't proven though. The other one was
yeah, what the
a
one with
bottle.
the drink
A
wasn't
bottle.
proven because
Yeah.
they didn't test the thing.
The
But yeah,
water. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
he was dead, man. The dude was dead, and all of a sudden he just came out of, oh, I feel good.
A
Yeah,
bunch of
okay,
energy, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Great fight though.
yeah, it was a great fight. I think fucking Alexis Arguello got hosed, but
We got a question
Right?
in
I
the
feel you.
we got a question in the chat from Boxing Jedi. He says Ali on diuretics laughed my ass off. He's insane.
No, it's a. Go look it up on Google, man. Type in
no, it
Larry
is.
Holmes versus Ali. He tested for diuretics. I mean, he was like I forgot, like 400 pounds, and fucking Don King, I think, came and offered him a shitload of money, and he needed to fucking cut weight, and he used diuretics. I mean, I don't hold it against him. I mean, me personally, I don't think this, but I mean, I think there's a case to be made that all these athletes are on something.
Yeah,
But but it is what it is. I'm not gonna like say Ali is a drug cheat, and we should strike him from all the fucking halls of records of
No, I,
boxing
I,
because of it.
I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
I will say like this shit. If they long as it's an even playing field, not one person, not the A side is taking the shit and the other one is they like I said, it goes back to the Floyd Mayweather, like the fucking Pacquiao incident, the IV shit.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Excuse me.
He didn't even let the motherfucker because they didn't sign one paper out of the three fucking papers that he already fucking signed to get the damn cortisol, or I mean not the steroid, the shot in his fucking shoulder so he could have fucking afford it. But Mayweather gets to fucking be in his house and administer IV 750 milliliters of fucking IV when it states on the contract you are not supposed to get no more, even if you are dehydrated. You supposed to get no more than 50 milliliters and then be administered in a hospital. And this nigga gets it in his motherfucking house. 750 milliliters. And they ain't say shit. They ain't throw up no red flag. Why? Because he was the face of boxing. That's why the motherfucker ain't never left Nevada.
I hear you. I hear you, man. I think at the
Yeah.
end of the day, and I must. This will be my last comment because I'm tired. I'm like about to fall asleep. I think
Oh
at
yeah,
the end
no,
of the day, we just gotta stop. I think we just gotta respect the fighters more, and just kind of like, it is what it is with certain things. I
yeah.
think if we all respect the fighters, and if you truly believe that, okay, somebody could get caught, they whatever. But if you truly believe that they're not trying to fucking like get an unfair advantage on you, just judge it for what it is. The one fighter has a specific set of skills that they have, and the other fighter has another specific set of skills, and they have to use those skills to beat the other man, and the best man wins.
I feel you. And
But that's a pipe dream in my opinion. But
it's
that's
not
just
a pipe
my
dream
opinion.
because listen, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And if anyone here knows me well enough, OG knows I try to be as forthcoming and as fair as possible with everybody. And I talk and get along with as many people as I can. What bothers me is I go into these different rooms and I go into them on purpose, and to see such animosity and such hatred and such bile as far as attitude towards certain things, it's quite disturbing. It actually hurts my soul. I feel it hurts my soul that this kind of thing goes on where they can't give a man his just due. I've always said, and I know you got to go, Puto, but I've always said that I'm a man. And we already discussed this. A man is only as valuable as his word. That being said, this man put his life on the line in the ring. He's entertained us, and for people to have such animosity and such hatred towards him, I feel it's unjust. But
Is that
I would like,
Sanchez?
huh?
I'm sorry. I
What's up,
can't
brother?
see. Who's that you put up?
Oh, Wilfredo Gomez,
Yo, Rafael Gomez. Oh, okay.
Bazooka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To treat a boxer this way, I feel it's unjust. But on the same token, I want to know where their thinking is coming from and if they have a leg to stand on, because I want to know, is there any validity to this?
This is what I think it is, and I'll jump off, fellas. Like Jed, we switch places. You're Mexican American. You just beat Caleb Plant, and I'm American, just American, a white dude. You know, and I tell you, oh, he only won because you never know because he already tested positive for steroids. You never know. He could only win because of that. And you defend, and then you're telling me that what I've said, blah 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 blah. But why are you defending a cheater? You must be a racist. So literally, it's not an attack on the boxer. It's attack. I'm attacking you. I'm not attacking the boxer.
Right.
But the boxer, unfortunately, nowadays with the internet, everything's on the internet, and fucking, we have these little platforms where we can fucking gouge at each other. Like literally, it sometimes it can affect the boxer's legacy.
So the boxer ends up being the collateral damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that. All right, Puto, I know that you're tired, my brother. I
Yeah, Jed.
appreciate you hanging out with me for an hour and 35 minutes, my friend. Thank you so
Hey,
much for
man.
hanging out.
I love boxing, bro. If I wasn't tired, man, I'd go some more, man, because I got
I
more
appreciate
topics in
you.
my head to
I,
speak
and
on.
at
That
least,
way, póngate, mira, hombre, drink yourself a little bit of a 5 hour drink and you be
Why not?
okay.
Energy, right? Shit, man. But it was a pleasure to meet you, OG Bug, man.
All
Uh,
right,
I'll,
my brother.
I'll see you when I look at you guys, man. Peace.
All right, God bless.
peace out. And I
God
hope
bless
you
you
got a
guys,
good
man.
sense of how I like to do my streams. It's way different
Not,
than.
Jed, you're good, man. I mean, I usually feel like I can, gotta judge a character. Trust me, man. You guys are cool.
All right,
Thank
man.
you,
Thank you
brother.
very
All
much.
right,
Thank you,
man.
man.
God bless you guys, man. Peace.
God bless you, brother.
Peace.
So yeah, OG, this is when I say, you know how I am.
See,
Maybe it's because I'm
look,
old.
Hey, Jet, this
Yeah.
is this is my perspective of boxing. Okay, I used to fight. I used to be an amateur fighter. I've been in MMA, Muay Thai, boxing. Boxing is my first passion, and I'm a type of person that I fought for everything that I got, whether it was mentally, whether it was verbally, wherever it was physically. I perceive a fighter, and like I said, I saw past greats, like you saw past greats, and all that. When they left everything, you could tell they gave what they set out to do, and it's just that it people need to understand is not only just the fighter, it's the promotion companies, is the networks, and you can't be naive to the corruption.
I'm trying not to be naive. I really am, and I know it seems like there's some naivete when I talk the way that I do. But trust
I
me
don't
when I
see that.
say,
I just see that your your mind is open, and I see that you critique every issue because you need to understand it better. Okay,
yeah,
That's what my presumption, or I see the presentation you're relaying to everyone. That's why you go to different uh other places, and I like doing that too. I may not participate, but I'll sit back in the shadows and listen. It's the same way when I used to break dance back in the days. I used to sit back, look at these guys' moves, and then the guy that's the best, I come out there, I use his own moves and whoop his ass with his own moves, and then I throw my flavor in with his move, and then they like everybody in the crowd is like, "Yo, that motherfucker, man!" You
oh
know what
god,
I'm saying?
dude, I ran into somebody the other day. I think I was in. Oh, I was in Unrivaled Boxing Talks room, right? I was in Mark's room, right? And I met this guy called Precise. Yeah.
Oh, precise, precise.
Oh, dude, him and I just instantly fucking clashed, man. Instantly.
Yeah, precise. He's a lot of people from what I've seen from the past and stuff like that. Precise has his
Peace
own.
out, Puro.
He
Yeah.
has his own understanding of things, and he tries to use the narrative of he'll go and do the study. Don't get me wrong now, because he proved a lot of people wrong with the Prevekin situation. Um, he's just an intricate person. He's very, very,
Precise.
yeah.
But the thing is, like, I can tell immediately when him and I started talking, right, that
Mhm.
he knew certain intricacies about boxing and its actual technicality and movements to a degree where I am just now um, uh, I'm just now doing research on it. As far as feet placement, body movement, which way to dodge, rolling shoulders. I'm just now starting to learn that. I could tell right away that he is extremely proficient at it. So I felt as though he used the fact that he was proficient at it and I wasn't to
Mhm.
his advantage.
Well, that's what you do with in a debate. You know,
Yes,
it's like in layman's term, like how I just presented what I said when I used to break dance.
yeah.
I'll sit back in the shadow, watch the person make do his moves, and if I see that he does it consistently, okay, I practice that consistent move. When he thinking he comes out and do that, and then I come out and do his move, and he's like everybody like, oh shit, where he come from? You know what I'm saying? So now I bring ammunition, and then I switch the presentation on them and bring my own move in there, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but when I run into somebody like that, right, that has that type of information or has a certain amount of information that I'm already interested and want to know about, I find that intriguing, and I don't mind sacrificing. You know,
yeah, you move
I don't
one
mind
of your pawns
sacrificing my pride to
or
try
your
to.
pawn.
Uh,
Let's call your pride the pawn.
to get that information. But I felt like I didn't want to sacrifice the pride at that time
Hmm.
because I felt justified in my argument.
Hmm.
And I still feel justified in my argument. But
Man,
but
you
I
get
gave
now.
concession.
I gotta go listen to that. That I gotta go listen to that shit. That sounds juicy.
but I find it intriguing, and I do want to pick his brain. I don't feel any animosity towards him,
Hmm.
and I have no hate for the guy, but we did clash. There was a definite bumping of heads, and he is, because I feel because he had an upper hand on me on on certain information that
Hmm.
I was at a disadvantage, and I might have not come out as fresh cleaning as I thought.
Right.
You know, Boxing Jedi says he's the same idiot who didn't know Benitez fought Leonard. That's him? Really? That's him, Jedi? Thank you for that information because I'm going, oh boy. Oh, oh, okay. Here's where my age comes into as an advantage. Okay, but yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind sacrificing my pride, to get information and pick somebody's brain that knows more than I do. I have no problem with that. I see nothing wrong with that.
Oh
But I
shit.
will not
How are
sacrifice
you
my.
not gonna learn?
I won't sacrifice my laurels. There's a
Right, right,
difference.
right. Me, I when I discuss with boxing and I see that because I'm a very hot blooded. I got the hot blooded Hispanic thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
you think I don't got that? I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I don't got that patience to side poppy. Hey, I'm
And with
like,
age comes patience. Trust me, you'll get
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's facts. That's facts. But when I see bullshit and I know it's bullshit, that's when I'm like fucking Mount Pinatubo. For my Filipinos out there, hey, like Mount Pinatubo, blow up. Putang ina.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man.
I just don't like bullshit. I can understand an argument or a discussion and stuff like that. But when it comes to bullshit, I don't fuck around with bullshit. If it doesn't make any sense, it doesn't make uh, a proper argument, or should I say, a discussion and a rebuttal to it, because it's not what's that word I'm looking, whimsical for me to go ahead and try to attack and rebuttal stupidity. I'm not.
Yeah, no. You can't fix stupid. So I
Yeah,
don't try to.
yeah.
What's up, Jedi? How you doing, my brother?
Orale, homies, what's going on?
What's happening, Bato?
What's
Yo.
happening? It's the Aztec Warrior. What's going on, guys? Peace to Mexico. Y'all finally got a undisputed, unified champion, which is very good, especially for this era. But of course, not to rain on this parade. but we all know that that came with politics. You know what I mean? All that came along with
Mundo.
all of that came with politics because it's funny on how you got fighters out there, right, that are trying so hard to unify, but of course it's the star-studded ticket, the serial face fighter that's gonna actually, get that pass and be pushed, So, whatever it is, like just like OG said earlier, he learned from the master manipulator, Floyd, Curious George Mayweather, and it is what, yeah, because he looks like Curious George now with all them hair plugs, bro. I'm sorry,
Oh
man.
shit!
Yeah, bro, he looked
My
crazy.
my
No,
my
he
thing, my,
he
my,
got he got pubic hair growth for real.
my my big
Yo,
my big thing about that. Um, I don't know the ins and out about negotiating for the unification or anything like that. The fact that the fight happened, I was happy that the fight happened. But that don't get it twisted. In my opinion, for my personal opinion, he's still not top pound for pound.
can I ask you
I
this?
got into an argument, not even an argument. I got into a discussion with somebody earlier or yesterday about I
Electrojet,
put yeah.
electrojet. I would like to ask either one of you, and maybe we could find out, um, actually disclosure of the contract. Is there a avenue or a path that we can try to ascertain documents from that, or is it court released, or is it accessible to the public that we could be able to find
It's a
even?
Google it's a Google search away.
Yeah,
If it's
that that that's
public
what I would
domain, then
like to
look.
see. That's what
Yeah,
I would like to see.
if it's
An
public
actual
domain, then yeah,
contract.
you can see it.
What are we looking for here?
In the contract, the stipulation clause, and like, it don't have to be for this fight. It could have been for a past fight, that we can actually read that whole document to see if there's any variance of underhandedness, or should I say placating to a side diva shit. And then we could nip it in the bud and quench all the,
All the questions.
yes.
Yeah, fill in blanks, answer questions now. But it's like it's okay. So it involves a contract. All right, it involves a contract. Now, is this contract public domain? I don't know. That's how
That's
you'd
what
have
I'm
to.
asking.
Yeah, you'd have to Google search what.
But Google don't know everything.
No, but you can usually get answers.
It's
Usually,
just like Siri. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that.
yeah. But yeah, that's research that could be done. Um,
I think that's a valid uh thing that could be brought to the public, and actually do our due diligence to quench the arguments. And if everybody in YTBC or wherever does that and bring out the documentation, and it quenches all the bullshit. It quenches everything because it's in paper.
mm,
Yeah,
It's
I,
in
I,
black and
I,
white.
I agree that would be good. But the thing is here, trying to find those articles and stuff, and I mean, most of those are hidden from public because, of course, motherfuckers like us, the Bruce Wayne minded motherfuckers will always look into it and say, "Aha, there's the stipulation. Oh, wait, there's another stipulation. Wait a minute, hold up, fine print all the way down." That's how we would. But they keep that
it
away.
might be something in the contract. There might be something like that. The industry of boxing doesn't want you to know, like
Well, like the
management.
like the contract of fucking for Al Heyman and shit like that, and like,
Yeah.
but it was brought to public because of the court case he had with main event with
Yeah,
Kathy
Court
Duke.
cases, now that's a different story. Those are public domain.
yeah,
Yeah,
those are like look, you want to see like this is what I always tell everybody. If you know motherfucking promoters out here are supposed to undergo the Ali Act and they're not, now the question that you have asked, whether it be me, OG, or Jed, right, or anyone else, if your answer is holy shit, why aren't they using the Ali Act and making things making things balanced? There you have it, bro. There's the corruption right there in boxing where you have promoters being managers at the same time, like Al Heyman, and others, and it's just it's just a tragedy on how one stable can hold, you know, half of the titles and then just try to outcast one man from unifying because of their politics. This is exactly why boxing is corrupt because they're supposed to put pressure on that and say, listen, we
hey,
want to, yeah,
hey, Jedi, what what did they say? They can't say Al Heyman is a manager. They call him. They can't say he's a promoter either because he don't have the promotion license. So
right.
that's why.
So they put him under financial advisor,
Yeah, there you
right,
go. Yeah, that's what
right.
it's. Yes.
Well. That's the third. That's the third umbrella for that. That's basically what that translates into. So there is a lot of corruption in boxing. The thing is that I thank God that it's not corruption from back in the days where they used to beat you down or something for you to take a
Shit,
fall
I'd
and stuff
rather
like that.
prefer that because then I'll know for
Yeah.
real.
None of that
Yeah,
Marcellus Wallace bullshit, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah, like a lot of things now is more business savvy where, they're like, bro, we'll take your house away, you know, bro, we'll take your cars, bro, and that's the sad part about it, that it's just becomes this materialistic sport, even with the fans, it's like, oh, like yesterday I overheard somebody say, yo, man, you see the belt Canelo's wearing? I'm like, bro, are you seriously fucking telling me that you're not looking at the man walking into the damn Las Vegas arena? You're looking at the belt he's wearing. I'm talking about the belt that holds his fucking pants up. Oh, it's Gucci. I don't. What the hell are you talking? What are you looking at this? If it's not a strap, bro. If it's not a title, bro. You have no business knowing what kind of belt he used to hold up his pants, bro. The underwears he's wearing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Bruce
come
Lee
on,
said,
bro. Yeah.
"I use my belt
Yeah.
once."
See,
Exactly.
Jedi, you just opened a nasty, you know, can of worms. Why?
That's just the way it goes, bro. Listen,
Exactly.
it's so connected, things in boxing in this era now, that if you try to speak on one thing, it's all gonna connect. Like, look how we try to say, he's the greatest. Well, not with me, I would never say that, but a lot of people say he's the greatest Mexican boxer ever. Why? Because he's the first one to ever unify. Even
No,
he said, even he said it yesterday. He said there are only six of us that have done it, and that's because of he said this as well, because of the politics, and it's very hard to unify. So
Uh,
what was the first thing that I said when I got on here? That this was all a political road, bro. But Canelo's been helped, especially by who was the first one to kiss his ass? Suleiman, the first one in that ring, like Don King, only in America, right?
yeah.
Like Suleiman was like, "Mwah, mwah, mwah, Canelito, mwah, mwah, thank you, Canelito."
Here's
Oh,
your new belt. I got another belt for you. I'm gonna design
oh,
it.
yeah, OG, yo, did you notice, guys? Like they've totally disrespected the color code of the green belt, and they made it a black
Yeah.
WBC. Like I'm like, oh god, another trinket. Here we go. What's this one? The Galaxy Warrior title? Like, come on, bro. I know that's a
And you
commemorative
know what?
title, but
And you know what? Check it out. I heard this as a rumor. I don't know how real it is or not, but it's gonna be funny. Deontay Wilder's uniform
Yeah,
maker. They
yeah.
designed the belt.
Oh God. Oh God, no.
I'm just
Uh,
saying, man. I'm just throwing that out there just to fuck with it.
we got
That'll
guys
be a
that.
new rumor.
So you mean to tell me the guy that made the Rockettes outfit is actually designing the fucking boxing belts now? Oh my God.
No,
Oh, this is some
no.
bird. This is some bird. This is some birdcage shit, bro. This is
I
some
tell
shit.
you what, though, my big thing, man, is that I was excited for the fight. I enjoyed the fight. Now, honestly, I had made a wager, not a serious wager. What I did was I said I was so sure Canelo was gonna win. I put my beard up online. I said
Whoa.
if Canelo lost, I was gonna shave the beard. Katie was pissed.
Ah,
Katie was
ah.
fucking livid.
Please elaborate on what do you mean by she was pissed because of your shaving of your beard.
She
I'm not
wants it
allowed.
off. She wants
No,
him without the beard, bro. She wants him to take the damn beard off.
no. She wants to be. She don't want me touching the beard.
Oh, okay, okay.
She likes playing with it. She doesn't want me touching the beard.
Oh
So
shit, she
so
like
she
playing
got
with it.
pissed.
There's
She
that
got
dirty
pissed
old
at me.
man coming out.
Yeah, she got pissed at me because I said I would shave the beard on H Money's
Oh God.
stream. Yeah, and but that's how confident I was that Canelo wasn't going to lose.
H buddy. He's
You know
funny.
what? I've been I go there when like with the boxing stuff. If Jedi and you guys aren't on, I
No,
go
I
there. I
saw
like
you. I saw you. I saw you over there. I
and
see you in a lot of places.
yeah, I do. I go a lot of places. Um, and I've even interacted in the room. I get up there and I start. I'll sit there and I'll argue with people.
Yeah.
I will argue with people about shit, and I enjoy it. But again, I keep my mouth closed on shit I don't know. I don't like fucking making shit up. I don't like assuming. I only talk about shit that I've learned, which is because of you fuckers. So,
Yeah.
Did you just say assuming?
oh God,
And let me
yes, I
and,
did.
and that thing with the diuretics with Ali, um, people gotta understand the reason why it wasn't held against him in his career was because those were actually snuck in his prescription. So it wasn't like he knew he was taking them things. That's an old ass case, by the way.
Motherfucker
So
Ali, that time when he was fighting Larry Holmes. Come on,
yeah, he
man.
was yeah,
That
but
was
the thing
a
is that yeah,
on
but
Ali.
yeah, but people aren't they're not looking at the fact that those were prescribed to him in a very sneaky way.
Yeah.
He didn't really know he was taking them things, man. And it's like, at that time they were just using Ali to use him as a stepping stone for Larry Holmes. And that's why I hate Don King, bro. I hope all his hair falls out, which is not really happening at this moment. It's taking centuries for this motherfucker's hair follicles to rot, bro. Like,
He's doing what Floyd Mayweather doing, taking it off for his pubic hair, putting it up on his head.
bro, forget the hair plugs. My man got hair straps, bro.
But I tell
Word,
you
like,
what, like I was saying, I enjoyed the fight yesterday. I thought it was a good fight.
yeah,
I had it, dude. I was scoring the fight. I had what I had is I had fucking 8-2 is what I scored. There were two other rounds, right, that could have gone either way. It was that close, but I gave it to Canelo because he was doing the harder hitting punches. But
You talk
they were
about the
that
clean
close.
round.
So at the best I saw. So at the best it was 6-4. So that coincides with what I saw on the scorecards. All right. You had two judges that were let's see, the first one was 98, 96. No. The first judge was 98-94. The second judge, the female judge, was 98-96. Boggles the mind. And then the third judge was 98-93, I think it was, which coincides with what I had. But if you average the judges, all three judges' cards, it comes out to about what I said, because there were two rounds that were really, really close. Could have gone either way. So
I give Plant 3 rounds.
I
That's the
didn't
most I
score.
gave him. I gave him 3 rounds, and that was round 1, round 2, and round 7. After that, and before that, and in between that, Canelo was basically bringing the action, keeping the pace, controlling everything. I had said in my prediction, on my breakdown, that the only way Plant was going to win this fight was what he started doing, but then all of a sudden wanted to punch with the puncher. Everybody always falls into, let me see if I can hit harder than Canelo. No, bro, you do what Mayweather did. You stick to your game plan and fight him on the outside. And when he drops those hands, you're quick enough to score at least 1 or 2 combos, saying, and forth. You don't make that. He had the right game, bro. He was doing very well, but then everybody falls into the let's punch with the puncher, and that's when you lose.
yeah,
He was
I gave him round 1 and round 3. The rounds that were in question were 4 and 9.
why? What happened? Why do you say that?
Because in round 4, okay, in round 4, uh, uh, Plant had connected with 2 uppercuts, 4 or 5 body shots that really, I could have swore one of the body shots fucking Canelo fucking felt. I
Yeah,
saw it.
he
I
backed
saw
out.
it. Huh?
He backed up. I saw that too. That he hit Plant hit him with a body shot, and then Canelo started not fighting
Right, right.
aggressive.
And then on top of that, right after the body shot, Canelo got a jab to the face. You know, but he was already on the way back. If you remember so that was one of the close rounds. But I felt that Canelo landed more shots.
I
More,
felt in that round that the more effective, clean, effective punching in that round, especially you could see that it affected Canelo. I didn't haven't seen Canelo react to a punch like that when he got caught with that body shot.
Yeah, yeah. I think I saw. I think I saw that. But that's the thing though. Like, man, I look at it like this. Okay, Canelo right now, he's talking about he's gonna stay 5 more years. He wants to do this. All right. So you want to defend your titles. Okay, so this is what you do to close out your career. You take on Bivol, Benavidez, one of the Charlos, and then call it a day, bro. Because there's really if you and maybe Andre, and I think he should fight Andre
you know,
at
Andre.
at the
I'll tell you
yeah.
why. Andre
Which
don't
Andre?
deserve it. He ain't doing
Andre,
shit.
nah. You're wrong. You're wrong on there. You're wrong on there. You're very wrong on that. You know
You
No,
why?
why
talking
hasn't
about?
he fought?
And I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you understand.
Okay.
If you go back 4 years ago, he was one of the first guys that had been calling Canelo out at 154. And even Canelo went to a point that he made his own fucking weight division to avoid Gennady Golovkin, to avoid Andre. A lot of guys are ducking Andre. The Charlos, both of them already should have been fighting. Should have been fought Andre. Andre, right now, people don't want to believe it, but he is the most ducked fighter because he's very skillful.
Yep.
And before anyone says anything about Andre that he's not doing anything, maybe you should look at the guys that he's calling out that don't want him to do anything. You know what I
But
mean?
in the
Because
interim, why not fight somebody else though?
but that's the thing. He has been fighting somebody else, and what's the first thing people say? It's exactly what you just said. But he's really fighting nobody, right? So why don't one of the people step up that he's been calling out, which is Canelo, both of the Charlos. He's been calling a lot of guys. He even said went to a point that he said he'll fight Benavidez. So it's like if you got this kind of tenacity in a person, why
Why
aren't
not
they
put
testing that?
Benavidez? Why not put Benavidez against Andre, and then let Canelo fight the winner of those two?
Because Benavidez feels that he should be fighting Canelo already.
Yeah.
Benavidez has a big
He
beef
never
with
lost the strap. They took
right,
it from him.
right,
So,
and he's got a beef with Plant. Like
yep.
I don't know if you know about that beef, but the Benavidez brothers got a lot of beef with Plant. So it's like for Andre to really be the one that's challenging everyone and nobody's answering that call. I can understand why people are saying he's not doing anything, but at the same time, that's just like you crossing the street and getting hit by a car because you didn't look both ways and then say it's the driver's fault.
It's
You know,
just
you feel
like
what I'm saying?
it's like how Triple G coming up, nobody wanted to fight him.
Mm. Exactly. And where were they trying to play? Exactly, OG. Where were they trying to put Triple G? Oh, in the same category as and this is where you could tell that the Canelo politics was in effect. GGG was more recognized than Canelo, and people wanted to take that away from him and give it to Canelo. Then when GGG stepped to Canelo in the middle of the ring, what's the first thing? What's the first thing that he did, bro? Canelo. He gave up the strap, made his 155 Ghost division, which doesn't exist, and you know, so it's like when it comes to a fighter like Andre, people have to understand we can't go around saying a fighter ain't doing nothing, especially when he's calling these guys out trying to make a fight and the other guy just don't want to. Same thing. Look what happened when who was it that Canelo was like, get the fuck out of here. You don't fight nobody. That one, oh, it was Andre, right? I think
Yeah,
it
it was
was.
Andre.
Look at that. Look at that. So he stepped to the king already once again. And what did the king say? You fight nobody? Really? Plant ain't fight nobody. All he had was a strap. So let me guess. If he comes to the table, which he has all the straps already, but now when it comes to really fighting and doing what you're supposed to do, and you have a man here who says, let's fight, you ain't gonna fight him? And I know boxing is a business, but at the same time, that's always the cover up. That's always it's always the cover up. Yeah, boxing's a business, but a business cannot flourish if you're not delivering the goods.
Canelo has to fight Benavidez. He has to quench
Yeah.
the naysayers, everybody. He has to fight Benavidez, and it's a dangerous fight for him.
Oh yeah.
And it depends on which Benavidez come in, but I guarantee you, if Benavidez gets the nod for the fight, he's gonna show up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he
Definitely.
has a reach advantage and he has a height advantage.
Dude, he's 6 foot, what, 6'4"?
Yeah, he's got a lot of height on him. Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's
Somebody
about six.
look that up?
He's about 6'2.5", 6'3".
Okay, Plant is only fucking. They say
6'1"?
6'1", but
Yeah,
I think he's like 6 foot. And then I saw they had Canelo's height, the real height, 5'7.5".
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Benavidez is gonna destroy Canelo. I'm just saying, man. I'm throwing that out there. I have that feeling, in my opinion, that if Canelo do give Benavidez the fight, Benavidez is gonna hurt him.
Look, a man knows his limitations, bro.
Yep.
Right? A man knows his limitations. And of course with this bravado, you know, especially in the sport of boxing, and you're over here challenging a man and you go to his press conference and you're like, yo, what's up? Fight me. When as soon as that fighter says no or gives you an excuse, especially one with you don't fight nobody, okay, he don't fight nobody. But now let's just say he had a strap to offer, right? That's the only reason why he took Plant. Nobody was cheering for Plant yesterday. Plant didn't really have that much of a following for him to say, you ain't for nobody, you're looking for payday. But the whole thing is that since you're the king of boxing, just like Mike Tyson, imagine Mike Tyson telling motherfuckers, you ain't fight nobody. No, Mike Tyson took them all on, whether you had a fan base or not. You know why? To get that recognition and get that money. And this is what's wrong with these people. Boxing's a business, blah, 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 this and that. But like I always say, which always makes sense, if you got a business and if your product isn't good, that business is gonna get ATF. It's gonna get shut down, son.
Mhm.
And what's gonna happen with Canelo now? It's a good omen and a bad omen for him. It's good to be recognized and put in the history books, but now it's bad because now you're gonna have motherfuckers coming at you from every angle now. What's up? What's up, Canelo? What you gonna say? What you gonna keep saying? You gonna keep throwing numbers in front of the competitiveness of the sport? Right? You can't continue to do that. So he's going to have to take on Benavidez. He's going to have to take on some Charlos. He's going to have to take on, you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to take them on before he leaves that door. Because if we take a look at our Mexican greats, they fought everybody they were supposed to fight, dog. And even look, Chavez 89-0. But look within that 89-0. There are gems and there are stones. The stones is exactly what made him hard enough to go and crack the gems open, dog. And people don't understand this, man. And it's like, motherfuckers got to be like water. Be water, my friend. Be
You
water.
put water in
I'll
a
tell
cup,
you
it
what,
becomes
though.
a cup. You put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water, my friend.
Word up. So you put Canelo in a teapot, he becomes the teapot. You put Canelo in the cup, he becomes the cup. Be gravy, my friend. Word up. Like, I respect Canelo. I respect, well, look, I've been mad at I've been I've been mad at Canelo simply because of his his competitive his competitive spirit. Like, it's there, but then it's not when it's supposed to be. And then the way we looked at the politics and how they were shortcutting this motherfucker to get him up there and stuff, and then him claiming he's better than Chavez, and that's the thing. Like, it rubs the sport the wrong way, but in the right way, because now we're like, oh yeah, so then why don't you go do what Chavez did and much better? Because this era is supposed to be more advanced and more right, but it hasn't shown that. It has shown a lot of diminishing, especially within the competitiveness of the sport. So my whole thing here is I just wish that Canelo on the way out did something spectacular as the fighting Bivol, the two Charlos, whoever wants it, Andre, and a Benavidez. That's what we're asking for, bro. That's not that hard. That's not that hard, bro.
Yeah, fight Doodoo, fight everybody that's in his weight class that could present danger to him.
Right.
I don't know. Did Charlo move up?
No, but they're able to sanction that.
Still the champion at 160.
Yeah, and then you got one at 154 and one at 160, right?
Right.
Right.
And what
So
about Doodoo? So Doodoo relinquished his belt at 160 and went up to 168.
that would be great. That would be great. And he can do that.
No,
So
I'm asking, did he do that?
yeah, he can. Of course he can.
He was calling out Canelo, and I don't know if he relinquished his belt or is he saying, "Hey, I'm willing to relinquish my belt to move up and fight you if you give me the opportunity."
Yeah, no, if you're gonna call Canelo ain't moving down. He's gonna have to move up 8 pounds, which would probably happen.
Which that ain't shit for him because I seen Doodoo in the last fight. He had that he gave that kid the uppercut.
Yeah.
Yeah. He basically, I see him could weigh in easily. I see he could make 175. To tell you the truth.
Bro, these guys walk around 20 pounds heavier than they usually are, bro. Like, Canelo walks around 180. Motherfuckers don't want to believe that. Canelo walk around 180, dog. And that's naturally, like, you know what I mean? Look, just like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather competing at 147, but he really walking around 154, 155, 160.
I think he walk around 160.
No, now he does, but back then he was only walking around about 154, bro. Like, because he was small frame, he was always a gym rat too. He was always burning that fat. But now that he's chilling now he looks like a 170, 160 little fucking Curious George hair plug having motherfucker. Like, he looked like Gary Gnu. Remember Gary Gnu from the Gray Space Coaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, it's Gary Gnu.
Show.
Gary Gnu, baby. Word up. That was that show. Great Space Coaster will explore on the Great Space Coaster. I remember that joint, man.
I tell you what, man.
I don't know. For me, what do you think, Jed? For you, in your perspective, what do you think that he should do for the 168 right now, since he is the current
Charlo and
five
Triple G.
champion?
I
What
think
was
he
that?
should fight Charlo and Triple G.
But then that'll be moving down at 160.
No, he don't have to move. He doesn't have to move down. They'd have to move
So
up.
so so you're saying he should present, hey, Triple G, I'll fight you, move up.
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
And if I was Triple G, I will do that shit for real, because that'll be his probably his last fight.
But
I
the thing is, no one will give him his props for that. And and I want to see that fight because who would let's say the Triple G Canelo fight happens, right?
Mhm.
What are people gonna say if Triple G beats him?
The Triple G beast.
Oh, he was juiced up. Oh,
They still gonna give that man his props. Cause I like Triple G. I really do like Triple G.
bro, Triple G. I don't care what everybody said. I'm gonna say this: for the era that Triple G came in, and how he came in, and how, if you saw him from the first fight that he came over to fight Kasim Uma, and
Yeah.
he was up for like 21 hours. He looked it rough and all that shit, and still fought Kasim Uma and almost killed this guy. And from then on, moving up, or should I say, keeping at the same 160, and nobody wanted, everybody wanted to avoid him. That's a bad motherfucker right there. And he's almost going on what, 38,
I think
39?
he's gonna be 38.
And
And
he's
that's
still,
and that's the thing. People are saying, "Oh, Triple G is not a good fight because he's past his prime now." First of all, it's not the age that really primes, or marks a prime of a fighter. This has already been proven by other fighters as to, George Foreman, Bernard Hopkins, Manny Pacquiao, so on and so forth.
Let's not forget. Let's not forget Elvis. Elvis. I mean Ali. Goddamn, how did I fucking say that? Ali 3 times.
let's
Yeah,
not forget Roberto Duran, papi.
exactly. Who beat the shit out of fucking Iran Barkley in another weight in a heavier weight class? Oh yeah,
And he
Johnny
was
Tapia
over 40.
5 times.
yeah. There's a big difference, bro, and this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of look, Triple G though, I'm mad at Triple G because Triple G allowed for the second fight, he allowed De La Hoya and he also allowed the guy that was promoting him and shit. He allowed them to take his career, give Canelo, who tested positive for clenbuterol, right? They allowed them to give him a rematch on top of being suspended for 6 months.
Yeah,
What
I
is it?
would have given the rematch. I
Exactly.
would have went for Billy Ho Saunders, but Billy Ho didn't want to fight Triple G. And then the fucked up thing is, after he moved up, he motherfucking said out of his own fucking mouth, Billy Ho said, "Hell no, I didn't want to fight Triple G. Hell no, he would have beat me." He
Bro,
said it out of his own mouth.
bro, Billy Joe was being a diva at that time. We know that. He was being the straight cover girl diva. He just wanted to hold that belt. You know what I'm saying? And then he was
Yeah.
going. And then when he found himself being questioned by the fight fan, that's when he decided, when they were making the first fight against each other, to go and protest and say, "Hey, I want to fight both these." And that's when Triple G and Canelo looked at each other. They smiled and they told him, "Get the fuck out of here, bro." get out of here. And he was like, oh, you scared? And everybody booed Billy Joe. That's why everybody was glad that Billy Joe lost. Me personally, I don't hate Billy Joe, but I think he's a fucking moron. Okay, you're a moron because you had one of the main pieces, bro. You had boxing skill. You diminished yourself, bro, and that's your fault. The reason why you lost to Canelo was because Canelo, regardless he was fighting nobodies at a certain point, he still kept warm. He still performed. You stood back there showing everybody how you look in sheets with your curly fucking hair, bro. You know, and nobody cared. Nobody cared about Billy Joe because he made everybody not care. People looked at Billy Joe and said, Billy, you got so much talent, bro. Get off your ass. You got this strap here, and you're not doing nothing with it. You're holding up the sport. You're a major piece of the puzzle here. So obviously, these guys, bro, when they fight, they don't think about being boxing history. They just wanna beat. And boxing's not a sport where you just beat. You're throwing those hands for a reason. You know, you're throwing those hands for a reason. That's your glory. That's
See,
your
Electro Jet. See how when you was asking earlier about the hatred and the presumption,
Mhm.
because that fighter gives the personification of that, and see how we just discussed about how uh the divaness of what Golovkin, when he beat him the first one, why did he needed to give him a second go at it when he didn't have a belt? He didn't have nothing. You
right.
see what I'm saying? So that again, that plays into what we've been saying on the business, on the thing. It's not just putting flame to Canelo, is also getting the whole broadened perspective of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. It's like look, imagine the greats we watched, we grew up watching, right? Imagine Sugar Ray Leonard on some Floyd Mayweather shit, right? We would have been looking at every time they mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard, we'll be like, nah, he's got flaws. He didn't fight who he was supposed to fight, and when he did, he waited until they got older, till they diminished their skill, and that's the problem here. See, this is what people don't understand. They're always with at least he fought him. No, 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 no. I want to see these guys fight each other at their peak because that's like one chess master, one grandmaster going up against another chess grandmaster, right? And you don't want to catch them where they're fading off into their careers. You want to catch them right when they each got 10 titles each. And it becomes an international thing where the whole world is watching. This is what we want from these fighters, bro.
And this is why people put Manny Pacquiao, even though he don't have undisputed or anything like that. That's why the pundits, Pacquiao fought people in their prime. He did shit that Floyd didn't do. Floyd ducked everybody in his prime.
Yep.
Everybody.
Look, on the way out, Floyd was supposed to fight Thurman.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fight him. Guess what Floyd did? He threw Errol Spence Jr. in front of him. Here, you can fight this guy though. Right.
He brought the pundits of, well, I'm Floyd, I'm undisputed. I pick and choose, but here you go. You didn't fight Errol Spence. You didn't fight Keith Thurman. You didn't fight Porter. And and he was on the pinnacle and ending his career in the pinnacle, and he could have fight those guys.
Exactly.
Why did it take a fucking smaller frame guy to go over there to show people, look, I am that motherfucker. I am that champion.
I was gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna do another state of boxing today next week. If you guys want to join me again, I'm gonna see if I can get 150 to join. Let's see, 150. I was gonna ask 150 to join. I was also gonna ask.
Mark Unrival.
Well, yeah, I could have Mark come in, but I wanted.
Don't forget Precise.
bro. That dude. How? Look, this is why people don't like him, bro. And I gotta let it out like I always do. First of all, he started that European fight fan anti-black shit with the LDBC. Like he was their sugar to to the coffee that they had. You know what I mean? You know, on top of that, he's very biased with other fighters. I don't like that. I don't sit here and say because I don't like because at a certain point I didn't like Canelo that I'm gonna say all Mexican fighter. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. If it's one fighter, regardless what race he is, I'm talking about that fighter, not his race. And this is the problem with Precise. And then he talks so strongly, but motherfucker, you didn't know Benitez fought fucking Sugar Ray Leonard, though. That was the laughing stock of the whole YTBC to this day, bro. You know, the youngins don't know about it, but the old fellas, we do. You see, bro, hell yeah. How don't you know that? Come on, dog. Come on. I bet people don't know this. The reason why Benitez and Sugar Ray had a beef was because Benitez was fucking dating Sugar Ray Leonard's fucking sister.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that shit had history. And it's like these people want to walk around here like they're boxing gods, but they're missing steps. You know what I'm saying? Look, notice how Boxing Librarian, Scrapbook Boxing, they have vast knowledge, bro, vast knowledge of boxing, but they're not out here claiming anything. They're not out here claiming anything. This motherfucker's sitting around talk about, oh, I'll this and I'll that and bro, you didn't know Benitez fucking fought Sugar Ray Leonard, bro. Stop it. Stop it. That's just like Electro Jed not knowing who Wolverine is, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just like OG. That's just like OG not knowing his way around the AR-15, dog. Come on, that's unheard of, bro.
What's that?
That's like that's
15.
exactly that's like me. That's like me not being known for fucking insults and vulgarity. Come on, bro. Like, how don't you know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so this is why I say, bro, people need to just sit back and, you know, take your place in whatever boxing allows you to be. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is.
I got to come up with 5 more questions. I have 5 questions.
I gotta say this. Precise, I like him. He's funny. He's funny, and he in other differences he brings up good points and stuff. He makes you think. He makes you.
Yeah, he made me think.
Yeah, he put you on your game, and I like. People which I saw him, you know, how could I put it? I saw him agitate that person to an extent, and then he'll jab at you. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Dude,
funny.
he agitated the fuck out of me, man. All he did was make one comment.
I gotta go back and listen to this shit, man, because yo,
brothers to tell you,
everybody has their way and stuff. You know, I'm not like that, but you know, to each his own. I respect everybody equally, just long as you don't disrespect me in a blatant way, as in, oh, fuck you, or threaten me, or threaten that, because I'm the wrong dude they want to threaten.
he
Because
said, OG's like, I will hunt you down, I will find you, and I will kill you.
well, brother, I'm not those guys that, you know, come over here. They'll be like, show me your address and this and that. And they show me the address, they fuck up and say something to me. They don't know that I'm gathering intelligence on their ass.
Yup.
I'm the wrong motherfuckers you want to fuck with.
Yeah, bro. When I started this years back, bro, I was hungry, and I wanted to debate Precise. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my boy Jay Dill was like, bro, he don't want no parts of you. Fucking Ross Cloud was like, he don't want no parts from you. And it's like I can understand that. I'm not gonna pick and pry at the dude, but that's the problem. He's very antagonizing. He's an antagonizing dude, bro.
Oh, I
Yo,
remember.
that shit was funny. One of the shows that I saw, or not saw him, but was debating against Ring IQ. That shit was fucking hilarious, dude.
Bro, Julius is my man. So me and Julius go way back as on Facebook, man. We used to destroy motherfuckers on Facebook. Bro,
he said to Precise. He said, "Well, Miss BA, it seems to me that Precise Pretender."
yeah,
Something like that. And then Precise was going back with saying, "Have you seen my video?" Well, if you see my video, you would. It
bro.
was just fucking awesome.
I'm telling you, bro. And Julius is one that his delivery with his boxing knowledge is one that's with comedy but facts. And he destroyed Precise. He destroyed him, bro. He destroyed him.
I don't know. I thought it was an even. Well, Precise beat him on, from what I understood and what I saw from my perspective. When he was saying about, "Did you see my video?" He said, "Obviously, you saw my video." So because Julius had asked him a question, and then Precise asked him the question, "Have you seen the video?" And Julius said, "I saw the video," but then he was backing away from it because he knew he got caught on something. So to me, I thought it was an even debate.
Yeah,
And
you see, but that's the
see it again. You know what I'm saying? That shit
yeah.
was hilarious.
See, that's the problem with watching his videos, though. Like, he loses you if it's a 5-minute video. He loses you at the 150 mark. You're like, I can't hear this nigga no more, bro. This nigga's he's too much. He's too much. If he made a 10-minute video, he lost you at the 250 mark. Nah, I can't. Me, I used to sit there and listen to him and then try to, and it's just like he's just antagonizing, you know what I'm saying? And that's his style. I respect Precise, but he's got ways that's really fucked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's got ways that are fucked up. And I didn't, me personally, Jed, I heard it. I was listening. I'm always there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Clint Eastwood.
You heard it? Then
I was there. I inboxed you on the IG, and I was like telling you, bro, he's trying to clown you. You know what I'm saying? That's how he is. That's how he is, bro. He won't dare that. He won't pull that shit with me. He won't pull that shit with OG or anyone else. But if you're new on the scene, bro, he's gonna try to sun you. So I was just laughing at him because I'm like, bro, this guy won't even let you speak. He won't even let you talk or put your, you know what I'm saying, and let you explain, rebut. He's all about putting pressure, But you know how you stop that? You just tell him, shut the fuck up, bro. You sound like you got a mouthpiece in your mouth and you ain't even fighting. And then you just start talking. That's how you got to get at Precise, bro. You gotta be insulting. And I can understand you're a good dude, Jed, but yo, it's time to let the Colt 45s out once in a while, bro.
You know
what I'm saying?
I think
there are times.
I'm sorry.
There are times that I let loose. I really am. You got to see some of the shit that goes on on H Money. Somebody was trying to tell me that I was on Canelo's dick or something. No, that I was on Triple G's dick and stuff. And you know how I feel about that, right?
Yeah. Look. What I'm gonna say is a disclaimer. OG or Jed, do not feel and do not agree with what I'm saying. This comes from the Jedi, J Cotto, bro. H Money is a fucking wombat face motherfucker, bro. This nigga apologized to everybody in the fucking community, bro. And this nigga used to try to troll me, and I used to and he never. One day, hey, what's up, Jedi? I'm like, nigga, go fuck yourself with a fucking wrench, you bitch. Like, you shouldn't even be talking to me unless you're ready to apologize like you do with everybody else. That's why I don't go, bro. That's the most casual platform ever, bro. That nigga's channel.
No, I can see him being casual, man. I mean, as far as when I say casual, I mean he lets everybody go, and just lets everybody go at each other, and that's kind of like chaotic for me.
It is. And on top of that, Jed, check this out. You're probably not gonna go there after I tell you this. This is the same fucking pendejo, the same fucking teta that fucking came out and said that Keith Thurman was greater than Hector Macho Camacho. Okay, okay.
What?
Yes,
He said
yes,
that?
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh, and I forgot to tell
To
you.
me, yo,
And I
to
forgot
me,
to tell you. Wait,
fucking
wait.
H Money, he's funny as shit.
Bro, he's a cock watcher, bro. He's a cock watcher. Remember Rob? Remember Rob that he passed away and shit? You know, the dude that used to come on with the fucking Waldo hat. Well, before he passed,
Oh,
this
he
nigga,
passed away?
yeah, Rob, yeah, he been passed, yeah, bro. So this
What?
yeah, hell yeah. So this motherfucker, he pulls his cock out on one of the lives, on one of the H Money lives, and H Money and his boy got caught watching him swing his cock, son. All right, bunch of cock watching motherfuckers, bro. I lie to you not, bro. Bro, go back into my library, bro. You'll see it. You'll see it, bro.
Yo, so you telling me that dude that used to wear the funny hats and shit, he
Yeah, that used
passed
to be like,
away?
that he used to be like in a Espiritu Santo and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, he's funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, he died, bro.
He died, man.
Yeah, he passed. He died. He's like what, a year now, supposedly. You know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Because
Rob.
he used to come into BDA.
On
he he had a funny battle one time with Precise with fucking Gonzalo. Gonzalo almost lost it on him or something.
Oh yeah.
Yo, because you know I've been listening to a lot of you guys for the longest, and I just didn't present
I-
myself. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm still the same nigga. I'm still the same dude that got on here years ago, bro. I can't change.
Yeah. So it's like I've been watching everybody, and then I remember when H Money he first started coming on BDA like 2-3 years ago, something like that. I used to call him the kid with the red. I said, I'm gonna put you in the corner with a red dunce hat.
Word, he look like a fucking elbow, bro.
Yo, but he's cool people. In the words of what I mean by cool people, he's very entertaining.
Bro, look, we gotta agree. We have to agree. We have to agree. Yo, OG Jed, we have to agree. The YTBC, right? We got the normals and we got the specially educated motherfuckers, right? And the niggas that belong there is fucking H Money, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like all these retards, bro. All of them, bro. They come from the special ed class, bro. Word up, like it.
That's brutal.
It's true, bro. The YTBC has a special ed section, dog, and you know what I'm saying? Niggas like H Money and the Brotherhood and the rest of them fucking idiots, bro. They all belong there, bro. All belong there. You know.
I am gonna say this, man. You know, I've had fun just hanging out with them. I don't get into many arguments. If I do, it's because somebody got out of hand and got disrespectful, and I'm not. You know, I'm just not gonna tolerate that. You know, and like you were there yesterday with Precise. When I felt he started getting a little disrespectful, I automatically started, you know.
Bro, I thought you were gonna tell him, listen, faggot. I thought you were gonna come off like that. I was waiting for you too. I was like, come on, Jed, hit him, Jed.
No,
Jed,
I
hit him.
wasn't gonna do that. But if you would, my thing is that he had some information, right? That's how come I said I'm not too proud to fucking put my pride aside just to get more information. Because he knows about certain things that I've been researching now, because I want to learn more about movement and boxing. You know, feet placement, shoulder, when to dodge. Because I've been interested in the peekaboo style that Tyson was doing, which was a customado thing. You know.
Yeah,
So,
because Customado trained what's his name first, Floyd Patterson on the peekaboo. Then he trained Torres.
Yo, boxing's like sex, bro. Boxing's like sex, in and out.
Yeah.
In and out. Boxing's like sex, in and out, right? in and out, and it's like playing tag with your hands. That's what that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is you've got foot movement, you've got upper body movement, you've got angles, you've got ways where you turn your opponent. Like yesterday, bro, there was a lot of examples between Canelo actually turning Plant, and he was able to clock him, bro. But for some reason he was hesitating. He just kept his hand on him instead of just coming with a winding hook. And I was like, "What's going on here, bro? Are you guys like friends, nigga? Like, what's?"
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't get
you
that.
know, and what I didn't understand about that is Canelo wouldn't have got he wouldn't have got penalized for that, because that would have been a just hit as long as it wasn't on the back. But
Right.
he had Plant at dead to rights a few times.
Bro, when a
Yeah,
motherfucker does,
dude, I saw Canelo on a couple of occasions was hitting him in the kidney.
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw him like Plant was turned around and he had his side of his back and his lats, and Canelo came down with a punch downward. Pow!
bro, he
And the
pissing
ref
blood.
didn't even say shit to him.
He pissing blood this morning, bro. Definitely pissing blood this morning.
I know he hit Caleb Plant like at least that I saw. He hit him at least seven to 8 times in the kidney, in the back
Yeah.
with a right hand.
Yep, yep. And I'm telling you, he pissing blood this morning. That's without a question.
Did you
He
see Plant's fucking his side? That shit
Yeah.
was beat red, man.
Bro, I thought he gave him spinal bifida, bro. I thought he gave him spinal bifida from that angle, because I was like, oh my god, that kidney must be like, bro, you don't like me, nigga. You don't want me to, you know what I'm saying? Me and the liver's supposed to be working, bro. You ain't gonna shit tomorrow. I'm letting you know that right now, bro. You keep letting this nigga hit me,
Dude,
and that's why.
I'm gonna tell you that uppercut he gave him made Plant's feet come off the ground. I
Yeah,
mean, he didn't lift Plant off the ground, but he hit him so hard that his body reacted where his feet came off the ground.
yeah.
It was like poof, and it's like
So-
his body like springed.
Yo.
Would you say this, that Canelo's power is overrated?
No, his power is not overrated.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I think it's
to casuals, Mexican fans that are, let me rephrase that. To the Candelitas,
the
that-
Canelmos.
yeah, that praises him. They say that his power is, oh my god, he, like when he the bicep of what's his name, Campbell.
Colin, no, the bicep of Smith, Colin Smith.
You mean the aesthetics as to them just basically propping him up to be a monster, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that on one of the I saw that.
But what's funny is why they didn't give that courtesy to Triple G when he was knocking everybody out.
Bro, he was dislocating niggas' shoulders, bro.
And then fucking with Canelo, he just got a blockhead that even fucking Eddie Reynosa, if Canelo had all this power, he should have had that power also with Triple G. Triple G, every time Triple G got hit, he smiled at him like, come on.
Yeah.
And fucking Eddie Reynosa said, look, órale, güey, ya está tocado, no, ese hombre es duro. He couldn't fucking knock out Triple G.
My man took a book from Ivan Drago and said it's like hitting a piece of iron. Remember that shit? It's like hitting a piece of iron. Like, bro, let me tell you something about Triple G, bro.
Triple G is one of those fucking fighters that, that like Triple G is fucking.
He was a throwback fighter to me.
He's an
Bro, the first fight Triple G won. The second fight was a draw to me. You know what I'm saying? And the third fight should have capped it all off. I see it like this: if Triple G fights Canelo now, depending on how many bodies Triple G got before he meets Canelo, bro, he's gonna lose again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna lose again because I can tell he's slowed down a bit, and he's already slow as it is. He's one of those, flat-footed, you know, upper body moving
See,
motherfuckers.
to me, even though the pundits or everybody will say, "Oh, what are you talking about?" I say he should have stood with Abel Sanchez because Abel was showing him power. So if this fight and the last thing to go on a professional fighter is their power. On this fight, if he gets the fight with Canelo, he need to train for power and
Mm.
just fuck him up. I mean, make it into a fight because Canelo is gonna think, "Oh, I'm gonna go in there and fuck him up because I can hit him," and he's gonna try to go in there, knock him out and shit, and
I
he's
think he's
gonna
gonna
have
get.
a day of reckoning.
I think he'll give Triple G more respect than he gave Plant for fucking Billy Joe
Oh
Saunders.
fuck yeah, Triple G. He Canelo knows how hard that motherfucker hits. Why do you think he don't want to fight him again?
That's the wham bam from Kakistan, bro.
Yeah,
My man got the jackhammers, dog. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I give Canelo his respect. I do. And I've already come,
yeah.
like I said, I've come to understand Canelo and why he's great in his era and his era only because of the opposition and the way he chose to go around it. Right. But when he finally stood toe to toe with Triple G, the first fight, we know who won that fight. Even Canelo knows who won that fight, and it was Triple G. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Thank God for the word understanding. The whole act of understanding is exactly what makes us as human beings. It helps us process and filter, or filter and then process, whatever. And I just feel that
Or itch and
Can,
scratch.
yeah, exactly. And I see it like this, bro. Canelo right now, like I said, it's a good omen and a bad omen, bro. The bad omen is now he's gonna have everybody coming from left field and the woolworks, bro, talking about, yo, Canelo, let's fight. What, he can't continue with that. You don't fight nobody because it's not about that no more now. Now you have to defend against whoever's ranked if they ever do use the ranking system properly, not to their advantages. I feel that Canelo down the line is going to rust out. He should have been rusted out. It's just that these guys, another factor to this is that you don't punch with the puncher, dog. If you're an evasive fight, this is why I looked at Plant and I was like, why are you letting this man work you on the ropes, bro? And then you got this
Why you
shoulder
even
roll,
walking? Why you
bro.
backing up to the ropes?
My man shoulder roll was made in France, bro, not in Taiwan this time. Like, bro, that was an
I thought he
imported.
got it from China.
Bro, he got it from fucking North Korea. That was a North Korean product, bro. I'm looking at myself like through the reflection as I'm watching it on my computer. I'm like, bro, this shoulder roll shit, bro, it's retarded, bro. First of all, Khalid Plant was not executing that shoulder roll well at all. I think Adrian Broner, whose shoulder roll is actually made in Taiwan, actually was much better using it in his career. Yesterday, Khalid Plant had no reason to be using that shoulder roll because every time he did that, his kidney paid for it. My man right now is pissing corn syrup. Like I don't understand these guys, bro. You can't imply the same game plan that a great had after that great's defensive shell was used in all of his fights. You've only used that how many times, dog? I didn't even know that the shoulder roll was in your fucking regiment. Are you kidding me? And you're gonna go out there.
I saw the fundamental flaw that I saw with Caleb, because the only way that I felt Caleb would have fucking won, and you know with as much punishment as he was taking, he would have had to take the first 4 rounds. All
Right.
right, he would have had to take the first 4 rounds, then take some punishment, which is basically resting up, suck in as much oxygen as possible, avoid as many punches as possible, use round 5 and 6 as recovery rounds, right? Then go full bore like you did the first 4 rounds. Go full bore in for the next 2 or 3 rounds. If you get those 3 rounds, you got the fight. Now all you got to do is go into survival mode, which was basically run around like you were, But he didn't do that. He engaged when he didn't need to, and then when he had the opportunity, yeah, I know it was a trap, but you never pass up the opportunity to throw combos. You never pass up that opportunity.
I will say this though. I will say this. Khalid Plant gave Canelo Alvarez a better fight than Billy Ho Saunders did.
Yeah,
Hands
yeah,
down.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Although, let me see. I gave Billy Ho. I gave Billy Joe. You got me calling him Billy Ho now. I gave. I scored it 4-3. So yeah, I gave Billy Joe one extra round. But then, like I said before, I gave um I scored it. I scored it 8-2, but two of those rounds, two of those eight were really razor thin. It could have gone either way, which is why I didn't have that much of a problem with the average of the scorecards, because that's what I would have came up with. But so yeah, I would say that he gave a better performance than Billy Joe did.
Definitely. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
However, when honestly, when Canelo backed up against the ropes, daring him to show such to show such hesitance, you don't understand. You guys understand, but the fuel that gave Canelo is what was Plant's downfall, because from that point on, and that was in round 5 that he first did the come to me, I'm gonna stay here, and he didn't even jab.
Do you think Canelo will do that shit to Triple G?
No,
Actually, he tried. He tried, and he got the shit punched out of him.
Exactly.
yeah, he
Yeah,
paid for it.
yeah, he tried, and he says, "Okay, here comes the Kakistan jackhammer," and he hit him, bro. And Canelo put his defense up and started riding his fucking bike, son. You know,
But
and
you know what I mean? He because he was hesitant, and you saw it in his eyes. He was fearful of throwing the jab or any type of combination. That just fed into fucking Canelo's fucking confidence, and he started going. That's when he went headhunting.
yeah, and you know what and you know what I noticed too? He did the same thing that Billy fucking Ho did. He put his head down. He went down to the side, and that's where Canelo draws most of his power. And he hit him with that uppercut. I'm like, bro, why are
Yeah,
you
he tried to
going
do that
down?
bullshit ass fucking Philly shell, and we were talking about that in another
That was
broadcast.
yo
And
OG. That OG. That was the Velveeta show, bro.
bro, that shit was hot, haraki bukaki.
Haraki kaki arakakamin fucking
Like
Velveeta
my
show,
man
bro.
Jedi says.
Bro, yo guys, my man had the Velveeta macaroni and cheese shell, bro. That was a little elbow, like he had the elbow shell. I didn't understand that. That was a bad strategy, bro. That was a very bad strategy on defense on his behalf, bro. I think a high guard.
What did you think about that? And do you agree with me? But when I say he should have taken the opportunity instead of be hesitant.
Yeah, he should have at least throw a couple of feinting punches or whatever. You didn't really have to, because of course Canelo was setting him up for a trap. So he could have threw a couple of feinting punches. He could have poured the jab out there. But no, he just stood there and was like, "How I look with my gloves up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, are you gonna hit this dude, bro? Like, come on, man.
But
You
because
know?
he did that, right? Because he did that, there's people out there saying that he possibly took a dive and just went there for the money. I
I
don't
mean, I
think he. I don't think. I think. I think. I was going to call him Billy Joe. I don't. I think that Caleb Plant did go there to win, but he lost his confidence at round 5. Whatever confidence he had, round 5 was it. He lost it there.
I'll say this: he went there to fight, but he had the wrong strategy,
right.
and
he didn't have the firepower. So you don't fucking go firepower with firepower when you don't have no fucking firepower. And you got this motherfucker got a shotgun, and you coming in there with a bottle rocket.
Bro, right? He coming with a little fucking Dillinger.
Well, put it this way. I'll give you a good
It's like
analogy.
a damn what do you call those Saturn missiles?
Yeah, I know. I'll give you the perfect analogy. It's a World War II analogy. All right, let's say Canelo was a Tiger tank, right?
Right.
And the U.S.
Yeah,
comes in with
Panther.
the U.S. comes in with the Sherman tanks. If you put a Tiger tank right
Panther.
against the Sherman tank, all right, the Tiger
Oh,
tank is going to
Panther.
win every time. The Sherman tank, his firepower won't even penetrate the armor that the Tiger tank has.
That's when
So
you come in with the Abrams.
right,
Is
and
it
now,
a Tiger
this
tank?
is
I thought it was a Panzer.
no,
one
both
with
the Tiger and the Panzer were well more armored. It
And
doesn't
you know
matter.
what's the funny thing? You know what's the funny thing? Guess what engine was in that Panzer and Tiger?
Wasn't it a Rolls Royce?
No, it was a Ford.
Mm.
Wow. Wow.
Welcome to the world of conspiracy.
But the analogy is this: if you're the Sherman tank and you're trying to go up against a Tiger tank, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have because the Sherman tank was faster than the Tiger or the Panzer. What you're
Right.
going to have to do is run around them, all right, and get them from the side because that's where the Tiger tank is weakest at is in the side and in the back. And
Oh, so you're placating that Caleb Plant should have elbowed him to the back of the head?
Yeah, sure, yeah, that no. The point being is Caleb did not use his speed to his advantage, and another thing he did not utilize was he had to throw a number of shots out there, and he didn't because if you as long as you keep firing as you're moving, you're gonna do damage to the tank, which is how the Shermans were able to defeat the Tigers. That we had more numbers of Sherman, and they surrounded the Tigers and shot him in the back and in the weak points. He wasn't doing any of that. That's the analogy. He wasn't taking advantage of his speed. He wasn't taking advantage of his weaker weapon. He has to be able to hit him where he was most vulnerable, and he didn't.
See, he should have did. He should have did. He should have did what GGG did. GGG showed up with an Abrams. Damn it.
Yeah.
He showed up with
He had the wrong tactics.
exactly. I mean, he had it right in the beginning. He had it right, being evasive and fighting on the outside. He did that well, and he should have stood like that. It was the moment he decided to lay on the ropes, allow Canelo to, yeah, he allowed Canelo to punch him to the body on the ropes, allowing Canelo to penetrate mid range to close range. And people don't understand this either. When you fight Canelo, no matter if he's missing, they're still going to score him on the inside because he's the shorter fighter, and they know that's his style. And also, if you want to go into the conspiracy theory part of it, if the judges are going to rob another fighter like they did with GGG, you can't fight Canelo in the pocket because he's going to look better than you. Not that he's landing, because if you look at most of those body shots in the pocket yesterday,
oh my God, he missed so many.
Exactly, but they still scored it for him. Notice that they still scored those shots for him because he's on the inside. That's the whole.
I think he threw twice as many as he usually does, and he had double the amount he misses. But I think because Plant was so mobile and so elusive, he had to do that.
I give this to Canelo. He had better footwork
to cutting him off on his angles.
Yeah.
It wasn't a plotting style like how he was doing with
No, he was.
Kovalev.
He's been practicing that in training, man. I try to tell everybody his footwork is going to be different. I try to tell everybody he's gonna cut off fucking Plant's lateral movement. And he did.
Well, you are correct, sir. I will be the first to say that.
Yep. Yeah, you already know about movement, bro. Look how you just broke that down, you fucking Max Kellerman, you.
Nah, but you can tell when somebody else knows more than you, man. And I know this fucking guy knows more than me on that shit.
Hey, talking about Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
I saw the Canelo fight and then I switched over to the fucking Rose Namajunas, Zhang 2, and Usman Kobe Covington. Guess who was in the fucking background when they showed Kobe Covington with the American flag? Guess who was over his shoulder?
Fucking coffee drinking, coke sniffing Kellerman.
Yep, he was in the crowd in the front row behind fucking Kobe Covington. That shit was fucking funny.
That nigga Max Kellerman looks like fucking what's that guy's name that played Mysterio? Jillian Hall? Yeah, he looked like him, but like on fucking 20 speedballs, bro. Right? Like, yo, sometimes Max, his analysis, like, it's supposed to go for like 3 minutes, and this nigga take 10. You notice that? And while he's breaking it down as well, he always goes in depth for no reason. It's like, nigga, you already hit the subject. Why are you repeating yourself? And then you're just gonna drag this shit along, nigga. Like,
hey, Bruce, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
Bruce, what's going on, bud?
Let's go.
My man, Bruce, the boxing relic, son.
Hey, Bruce. Goldust wanted to say, the pleasure is all mine.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed the fight yesterday. There was one kid though. I think his name was what was it? Was it Baez? This nigga's head, bro.
Which one? The first fight against
I think it was the fight before Andre Dirrell, and that was a sweet uppercut Andre Dirrell drilled this motherfucker with yesterday.
Man, that motherfucker brought that shit from his fucking foot.
Bro, he scraped his knuckles on the way up, son. My man scraped his knuckles, bro. My man said bow, and yo, he punched the tonsils out that motherfucker, son.
Yeah, he did, man. Yeah, he did.
That was a great uppercut, bro. I was like, wow.
He could have gone to jail for murder if he would have decapitated him, man.
Yo, bro, he the same thing Anthony Joshua did to fucking Klitschko, where he made him look like a Pez dispenser. His head just popped up, bro. Yo, my man popped his head up like a cash register drawer opening.
You know what we were calling him during that fight? What was his Baez? We were calling him fucking Freddy Krueger. You see all the burn marks on him?
Yeah, bro.
He had burn marks on his face, on his shoulder.
You know what's funny though? He looked like a baby pit in the face, bro. I kept looking at him, bro. My man, yo, he was getting punched the fuck up. I was like, bro, just stop the fight. Somebody throw the towel, because he was catching welts all over the place, bro.
You talking about the one before Anthony Dirrell, that tall motherfucking Mexican that
going against that little fucking
head and long extremities.
Going against
what was his name? Vargas, or what was his name? Fuck. He was trying so hard.
Yeah, bro.
He was like a T-Rex. That tall motherfucker was fighting a T-Rex.
Bro, he looked like a pocket warrior, bro. I was like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Move, get out the way. My man was just punching him the fuck up, son.
Oh my fucking god.
Hell yeah, bro. My man, Oh shit, bro. But
That
that Andre,
motherfucker looked tall for his fucking for that weight class.
he did, bro. He
He looked
did.
He was
tall
tall
and
and
big.
lanky, but you know what? He had some good speed, and he definitely threw a bunch of combinations out there.
He said he was 130 pounds. I was like, there's no way that motherfucker 130 pounds.
My man looked like he was 140, 145 at least, bro.
Yeah,
My
like
man was
he
tall.
147 and shit.
He was tall. He was a tall kid, but my man punched his face into a pit bull state, bro. I
He
was
said
like,
he wants to fight Gary Russell Jr.
oh god, that's another leprechaun loudmouth motherfucker, bro. I can't.
Yep.
This nigga fight once a year. Talk about he beat up Bud Crawford. Boy, you better sit your ass down on a beach chair under the sun somewhere.
Go
Talking about,
collect your Al Heyman checks.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gonna talk about you touch Bud Crawford. Man, you crazy, bro. First of all, you need a step ladder, bro. Before you even try to punch any of these welterweights in the face, dog. Come on, stop it, bro.
Yeah, the undercards weren't bad yesterday. I didn't know who any of them were, but the fights weren't bad at all.
Yeah, yeah. Bro, I just want to say this, bro. Keith Thurman, my man, look, man, just shut up and box, bro. You already what? You fought Manny Pacquiao how many years ago? 2 years, was it?
Yeah, three.
Bro,
Going
look,
on three.
that was his last fight. Come on, dog. Like, what's going on with you, man? What's going on with you, dog? What's up, B? Like, come on, man. We need that one time action again, dog. And you know what I think, bro? I think Manny crushed him, bro. Like that shit fucked him up mentally, and it's he's on a stutter step now in his career where he's doubting himself.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes. But
But he gotta understand though, these niggas out here ain't Manny Pacquiao. He should be having a field day with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he needs to get off of his digitally do and fucking go actually take it serious and finish out his career trying to get a belt.
Word up, bro. Because if he's worried about his haircut, if he's embarrassed about his haircut, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you're embarrassed about your haircut, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. What you waiting for your ponytail to grow back, nigga? That's gonna be like another 5, 6 years, bro.
Bro, his fucking hairline receded like 7 inches back.
Bro, his hairline,
If he grows his ponytail back, he gonna be looking like motherfucking Waffle Hong on Fearless.
bro, his hairline looked like the warning. His hairline looked like the warning of a tsunami on a
why,
beach.
why, why we gotta talk about hairlines, man?
Receded. Nah, but you of age. This motherfucker's like in his like late 20s, bro. What's his excuse? What's
Exactly.
his excuse? You know what I'm saying? You're of age. You're a man of age right now. That's understood. Motherfucker, my hairline, I'm 47, my hairline's starting to push back like a tidal wave's about to come in, bro. Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
the fucked up thing is he's a multi-millionaire. He could go to fucking hair club for men.
Talk to Floyd, bro. Talk to Floyd. You get the you
The
get the
penis plug.
You get the Gary Gnu plugins, dog. It's serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? You be all right with that. That's all
Dude,
you
you know what?
need.
This stream was supposed to be semi-serious. You guys got me fucking joking and fucking laughing for the past hour.
But you know what's funny? It's still serious because what we're saying, regardless of making you laugh, we're serious about what we're saying, bro.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys are crazy, bro. Keith Thurman, man, come on, son. Like, you need to come back, bro. Sticky, just get off your ass, dog.
Yeah, get off your ass. David Benavidez, let me tell you something, my brother. You have the whole arsenal, and don't try to slap punches while people are in mid-range, close up to you. Don't do that. Just take a step back. Don't get close to the rope. Take a step back and let somebody run into your uppercut or your fucking left hook or your straight right. You have the gift. You're 24 years old, my brother. you have the opportunity now to reign and take that second thing and say, yo, I am the second Mexican that went undisputed.
You're the
All right.
best around. Num.
Gentlemen, I have to let the animal. I gotta let the dogs out. I have to feed the puppies. Let the duck out. Feed it, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I haven't gotten to sleep.
Bro,
Yo, I gotta see
bro,
the duck again
how
with
many?
with the Hulk arms.
Bro, I hold on, I gotta do this. I'm sorry. This motherfucker just mentioned the whole fucking farm, bro. Oh, Electro had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
Oh,
All
the
this
duck
farm
here,
here.
duck there.
I got you, brother. No doubt, bro. How's Sarge, bro?
Sarge is he's loving the house, man. He's
I
loving
told
the
you
house.
that backyard, right? He loving that shit.
He
That's like,
loves the backyard, the front yard. He likes the front yard more though, because the house came with 2 fucking puppies.
oh, nice.
Yeah, not so nice.
Wait.
I
Did
gotta
you
get
say?
one of those Labrador for you.
Yeah.
I
Did
got-
you
I
say?
got
Did you say the prop? Did you say the property came with 2 puppies?
2 puppies. 2 puppies were abandoned by the previous tenant.
Bro, I gotta serenade you again. Oh, Electro had a farm. Yeah.
With a dog here and a dog there.
It gets better. It gets
Everywhere,
better.
dog.
So I gave Katie strict instructions. We
Yeah.
are not taking any animals in. All right,
Bro, not even a fucking ferret, bro.
right.
But it came
So
with
what does
it
she
came
do?
with fucking
She
dogs.
feeds this fucking feral cat. So now
Oh
this fucking cat
shit.
is at the door every night. Meow, meow. Can I have some?
But you know what though? It's good to have a cat around for them yard rats because
Yeah,
open areas always have yard rats and shit, and and it's like I think I'm gonna get me a cat, bro, because I'm over here by a creek, and I get possums and shit. And I'm about to get a cat and feed that motherfucker dog food, get them big, bro,
But
so he can start killing these.
out of all the animals I got, you guess which one's the toughest one?
The duck.
The fucking duck. Do you know that the duck is because we let the duck out with all the animals, right?
Yeah.
And they try snipping on it. The duck has bitten every dog and bit the cat.
Bro, that motherfucker's on some quack motherfucker.
Yo, you gotta see the picture. Electro J, you gotta send them the picture of the fucking duck with fucking they had Hulk
Hulk arms.
Hulk
Yeah,
arms
bro.
and
That shit was
man.
fucking hilarious.
I was fucking dying when I saw that shit.
This duck got Hulk arms, kid. That shit is brawling.
Yo, he's a confused duck too. When I visit,
I got water rats a foot long that try to get in my house. Well, if I had them here, Katie would have probably let them in and fed them.
Water rats. Those are so you must got a creek near you. Those are called muskrats. They muskrats.
Yeah,
they part of the rat family, but not they more along the lines of a sea otter also.
Yeah. Oh, they're part of the Andy Ruiz tree.
Yo, Andy Ruiz fucking lost a lot of weight.
Man, let's see if he can actually box still, bro.
Like I said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Right? That's a diuretic. Crack is a diuretic.
Remember, you should not like cocaine just the way it smells.
Yeah, man. You listen, I might go live, man, just to free talk like this. On boxing or anything like in a couple of hours, man. I gotta still get the fuck up.
Bruce is saying over here, he said, nope, I live on the ocean. These motherfuckers are rats.
Hell yeah, them motherfuckers are big, them water rats, bro. Them just look like beavers, bro. And beavers are big. I don't know if you guys ever seen a beaver. That motherfucker big, bro.
Yeah, those motherfuckers. Don't let them bite you. They'll take a finger off quick.
Bro, a finger. I'll fucking shotgun slug that little
Dude,
fat rat.
talking about rats, man. I remember in the pink houses, there's a dump, recycling dump place where the trucks dump the trash, and there's a dip that goes down that road. So
Yeah.
me and my cousin was down that road. I had a fucking Impala, the Impala 5 with the shifter in the middle with the banana seat. I'm hauling ass. This fucking rat, it was like a group of them. They thought they were a pack and shit. Those motherfuckers was size of a cat, bro. I mean, like an alley cat.
Bro, them shits are big, bro.
Those shit started chasing us, son. My pants fell down and he got it stuck into the spoke. I flipped. I got off the motherfucker and started running with the shit, bro.
Oh
I
shit.
thought those rats was gonna kill me.
Bro, them shits fight back, bro. Them
Yeah.
shits fight back. I tell you right now, bro, I'll fucking put a slug in them motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, now I would. Shit, I won't run from that motherfucker. As soon as he comes at least 25 feet from me, even further, fuck it. I'll fucking shoot from the hip. Bah!
And
That
then run, right? Like after you kill it, you still run because that shit is still terrifying.
I'm gonna bust cap in his ass.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys,
Word.
let me go feed these animals. If I don't go to bed, I'll probably see you if you go live, Kodo, and
Yeah,
I hope
definitely.
to see you guys there.
Definitely, man.
I definitely gotta fucking feed these animals. The duck is quacking back there, and the dogs are fucking howling.
Hold up, before you leave, I'm gonna say this to the rat: plata o plomo.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! All right.
He's
Peace, my
My
brother.
man.
I
All
love
right.
you guys, man.
No doubt, bro. I'll catch you on a few, man. Later, Bruce. Later, brother.
Jedi, I'll hit you up, man.
No doubt, OG.
All right, my.
All right. Oh, he's still live. Hey, Jed, you're still live. Jed, you still live, Jed? Oh man, he just left the live on. You know. Well, Jed, if you catch this, you have to exit and go back to the dashboard, right? You left it on, bro. All right, guys. Catch you later.